to push for abortion protections in Florida. Rick Hoschel reports.
Floridians Protecting Freedom is spearheading a multi-million-dollar campaign to try to pass a constitutional amendment that would allow abortions for up to 24 weeks of pregnancy. The groups need about 900,000 signatures by February in order to get the referendum on the 2024 ballot. They would also need the state Supreme Court to sign off on the proposed language. The initiative comes after Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law that bans most abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. I'm Rick Hoschel.
A highway in Minnesota is set to be renamed after Prince. The state Senate voted this week to make the change to State Highway 5 in Minneapolis. It'll now be named Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Highway in honor of the singer who died in 2016. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
With spring in the air, you're ready to explore the outdoors. Come park it in Kentucky. The Bluegrass State's 45 diverse parks offer everything you want in a spring vacation. Hike a forest trail, paddle clear water, enjoy a horseback ride, or simply sit back, take a deep breath, soak up the sights and sounds of nature. What could be better than that? Kentucky residents can enjoy more for less with discounted rates for the best outdoor adventure, camping, lodging, golf, and more. Go to parks.ky.gov.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Radio Rick.
Guess what? It's time for Lee's famous recipe, lunch in the office again. Get up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and tea. That's over $160 value. Absolutely free.
How does someone get these 20 two-piece chicken dinners, Rick?
They email us at radio@hometownlive.net.
Or mail it, 2063 Shakertown Road, Danville, 40422. Why they deserve free lunch in the office. We'll draw the winner on Wednesday. We deliver on Thursday.
Good morning to you folks. It's Tuesday. It's May the 9th. Typical Tuesday morning show. This morning starting you off with a quick weather outlook in a day where we get partly sunny skies. A high today of 80. We are dealing with some early morning sprinkles as well as rain showers just north and northwest of us. Washington County, Marion County getting some rain right now and heading this way. So over the next 30 minutes to an hour, we'll certainly see some rain. Maybe heavy at times with a quick blip on the radar. Once we're through that, we're going to see some pop-up showers, but no consistent stuff. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department Training Room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The city of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrisburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrisburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrisburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Wasting your tax dollars. That's what liberal politicians do. Conservative Mark Metcalf is running for state treasurer to stop the waste. A combat veteran, prosecutor, and Trump Republican, Mark Metcalf will get our fiscal house in order. He'll stop illegals from siphoning away tax dollars. He'll divest state resources from woke corporations. And Mark Metcalf isn't afraid to take on the Biden agenda. He's prosecuted criminals in courtrooms and served our country in Iraq. As a principled conservative, he won't back down to the radical left. Mark Metcalf will rip tax dollars from schools pushing critical race theory and sexualizing our children. He'll fight for Kentucky's coal miners. He's tough. He's unwavering. Mark Metcalf is an outsider who will take on the woke left. We don't need a politically correct bureaucrat. We need a tough conservative fighter. With Mark Metcalf, that's exactly what we'll get.
Paid for by Mark Metcalf for State Treasurer.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by ADA Heated and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. You get sunshine today. Partly sunny skies. A high today of 80. A low tonight 62. Again, a chance we see rain showers today. And tonight, a little bit as well. Wednesday, sunshine, and a high Wednesday of 78. Thursday, great day, partly sunny, 82. And on Friday, 50-50 chance of rain, high of 82 again. Right now, it's 6:11 in the morning, 64 degrees for us here in Danville. Joe Show time. Let's rock and roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR. It is Tuesday. It's May the 9th, and today is National Butterscotch Brownie Day. On the Joe Show, National Butterscotch Brownie Day. Butterscotch brownies, also known as blondies, are delicious baked goodies that date back to the 19th century. The recipes for these soft, chewy bars are most likely evolving from medieval gingerbread cake recipes. In fact, butterscotch brownies were around for almost 100 years before chocolate brownies became popular. So there you go, National Butterscotch Brownie Day. It's also Lost Sock Memorial Day. For every load of laundry you sort through, there are odd socks. Over time, you may even find that you end up with entire drawers and storage boxes filled with old socks. But don't worry, Lost Sock Memorial Day is all about commemorating the other lost halves of the pairs of socks, which are still with us. Lost Sock Memorial Day, Butterscotch Brownie Day on this Tuesday, May the 9th edition of The Joe Show. 238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447, and we'd love to have you on the radio. We always start you off with a playing of our national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network, and today in the spotlight we have Keith Williams Jr., who performed the national anthem prior to Game 1 of the 2017 World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Houston Astros in L.A. Here's Keith Williams Jr. singing this morning's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that stars spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
There you go, Keith Williams Jr. singing the national anthem again prior to Game 1 of the 2017 World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Houston Astros. 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in. Get your birthdays on here this morning. 238-9447. We have a local birthday list to start you off with, and here's how our local birthdays look this morning on this Tuesday, May the 9th. Happy birthday to these people. First of all, Donnie Graves has a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Donnie. Brian Stade has a birthday. Brian, 35 years old. Happy birthday, Brian. Luke Allen having a birthday today. Luke is 30. Luke is an assistant baseball coach at Boyle County. He's also in the Kentucky National Guard and the youth minister at our church. Happy 30th birthday to Luke. 66 years old today for Mark Averett. Mark having a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Mark. Emily Julian having a birthday today, and so is Daniel Dunstan on the birthday list today as well. 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in this morning. 238-9447. Birthdays and anniversaries, and you get them on all day long here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Happy birthday to you. It's a Tuesday. It's May the 9th, a typical Tuesday morning show we have lined up for you, and it starts off with you this morning at 7:20 with Boyle County baseball coach Adam Blair, who will join us, our first guest on this morning, talking Boyle County baseball every Tuesday morning throughout the season, this being the last week of the regular season. We'll have Coach Blair on this morning at 7:20. At 7:40, it's the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Tyler Miller is on this morning, and talking with Tyler from the Lincoln County Extension Office, and Tyler is going to be on here at 7:40. In the 8 o'clock, I'm sorry, at 7:50. Don't want to skip over this. 7:50, Jenny Holland, Danville City Commissioner, Mayor Pro Tem, going to be on, discussing yesterday's Danville City Commission meeting, and progress is continuing on downtown, on streetscape. I think I saw pictures yesterday on social media of the trees beginning to be planted there in downtown Danville. So we'll have Jenny on this morning at 7:50. In the 8 o'clock hour, things ramp up. 8:10, we have Georgia from the Boyle County Public Library. 8:20, Randy's in here with the Randyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham, and Randy Graham's thoughts. At 8:40 this morning, Gardening with James joins us. We'll have James the Gardener. 8:50, Dusty's on the air with us through 9:30 with the Kentucky Music Preview. And at 9:35, Ann Yeager or Mary Stith Hamlin will join us for a Stith Funeral Home this morning and a talk of a lifetime. That's the rundown of today's show. We love to have you on. 238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. And we start you off this morning here on The Joe Show with a look at early morning sports. And here it is. The Lakers take a 3-1 series lead. The Heat take a 3-1 series lead, and Royals pitcher suffers head fractures after being hit in the face. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports, starting off in the NBA, where the LA Lakers defeated the Golden State Warriors last night, 104-101 in Game 4 of the Western Conference semis, taking a 3-1 lead in the playoff series. The Lakers rallied from a 12-point deficit in the third quarter and survived a frantic finish, with Steph Curry missing 2 jump shots in the final 26 26.1 seconds, and the Lakers remaining poised down the stretch. LeBron had 27 and 9 rebounds for the Lakers, who moved within one victory of winning the best-of-7 series. Anthony Davis chipped in 23 and 15, and Lakers reserve guard Lonnie Walker IV had 15 points, all in the fourth quarter on 6 of 9 shooting. In the other NBA series that was played last night, the lead was shaky at times. The shooting went cold. The building got tense. There were moments when the Miami Heat looked like they were about to get themselves into trouble, and they found a way again. The unpredictable ride to the 8th-seeded Heat continues, with Miami on the brink of yet another trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. Jimmy Butler had 27 and 10. Bam Adebayo finished with 23 and 13, and the Heat topped the Knicks 109-101 last night. Quote, "It was great to come out on top on our home court," Heat coach Eric Spoelstra said, "but we know we have a task to do in New York." In Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals placed pitcher Ryan Yarbrough on 15-day injured reserve for head fractures, the team announced on Twitter on Monday. He was hurt after being hit by a line drive in Sunday's game against the Oakland A's. We're happy to share that Ryan is stable and improving and never lost consciousness, the Royals said. He sustained multiple non-displaced fractures, and we do not believe he'll need surgery. Ryan is undergoing more testing today, and we will share his progress as we can. Yarbrough was hit in the face by a line drive during the 6th inning. With a 3-2 count, he tossed a pitch to Ryan Noda, who smacked the ball straight into Yarbrough's head with a 106-mile-per-hour hit. In horse racing, Forte is not eligible for the Preakness Stakes on May 20th after being scratched from the Kentucky Derby by a Kentucky Horse Racing Commission hours before Saturday's race. The 2-year-old champion, winner of 5 straight races and a 3-1 morning line favorite for the Derby before being scratched, was placed on a 14-day veterinarians list due to the scratch. Forte was scratched from the Kentucky Derby by the KHRC veterinarians following Saturday's routine soundness checks, the statement reads. As is the case with all KHRC veterinary scratches related to soundness, that pursuant to the rule, this places Forte on a mandatory 14-day veterinary list. He will not run in the Preakness. Scores from a thin slate of Major League Baseball yesterday. Winners in the AL were the Angels, the Rangers. The Tigers beat Radio Reds Cleveland Guardians, Tampa Bay over Baltimore, the Yankees and the Royals. In the NL, Arizona over Miami, Washington over San Fran, Milwaukee over L.A., St. Louis over the Cubs, and Pittsburgh over the Rockies. Those are the headlines of this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Water and electricity, 2 things that make our lives easier and better. But as valuable as each one is, together they can be deadly. Water is a conductor of electricity, and if you're standing in water or wet while using an electrical appliance, you could be shocked or electrocuted. Keep all electrical appliances away from water and make sure your hands are dry when using appliances. For more information, contact your electric cooperative.
And that's Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a rank, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts. Brent and Devin at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road in Danville. Chance of rain showers today. A very small chance. I think we're going to see that chance come to fruition over the next 30 minutes. Showers are making their way into Boyle County right now, according to the radar. It'll clear out. There's a chance of spotty showers after that. Tonight should be a good night, though, for us. Low of 46, little bit chilly, but not bad. Tomorrow, sunshine, 78. Thursday, partly sunny and 82. 6:24 in the morning right now. It's 64 degrees in Danville. 238 WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning. 238-9447. We'd love to have you on the radio this morning here on The Joe Show. 238 WHIR. Let's see what celebrities are having birthdays on this Tuesday, May the 9th. And here we go. Happy 74th birthday today to the man known as the Piano Man, Billy Joel, 74 years old. He's known for his songs Piano Man, My Life, and Vienna. Here's a clip of 74-year-old now Billy Joel talking about why he stopped writing songs.
I couldn't be as good as I wanted to. It was driving me crazy. It was wrecking my personal life, too. Just not being able to be satisfied. And drinking became problem because of that.
Interesting. Happy 74th birthday, though, today to Billy Joel. Hope he has a good one. James Brooks is 83. He's a producer. He produced one of the some of the all-time great TV shows, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, Terms of Endearment, and The Simpsons. He's 83 years old. The late Peter Pan author M. Barrie would have had a birthday today. He was born on this date, 1860. His other literary works include The Admirable Crichton, Crichton, and The Little White Bird. M. Barrie would have had a birthday today. Late archaeologist Howard Carter, his discovery of the tomb of the 14th century BC pharaoh King Tut in 1923 made him famous around the world. His death at a late age is considered a strong argument against the supposed curse of the pharaohs, an alleged hex believed by some to be cast upon any person who disturbs the mummy of an ancient Egyptian person, especially a pharaoh. Died at a young age. Howard Carter would have had a birthday today, born on this date, 1874, would have been long gone regardless. And the late baseball champ and all-around nice guy, Tony Gwynn, would have been 63 years old today. An 8-time NL batting champion. He was also a 15-time Major League Baseball All-Star, arguably one of the greatest hitters in the history of Major League Baseball. Played 20 seasons, all for the San Diego Padres. Tony Gwynn would have had a birthday today as well. Celebrities on our birthday list.
In country music.
That's nice of you, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1914 in Nova Scotia, Canada. Hank Snow was born. He was born Clarence Eugene Snow. He, of course, went by Hank Snow, scored more than 70 singles on the Billboard Country Singles Charts. It was on this day, country music history in the year 1968, The Hag. Merle Haggard was at number 1 on the country charts with the song The Legend of Bonnie and Clyde. And it was on this date, 1989, 34 years ago. Keith Whitley, who was, I believe, on his way to one of the all-time great country careers, was found dead, fully clothed, face down on his bed, determined to be from alcohol poisoning. And that's what's going on this date, May the 9th, in country music history. Starting off on this date back in 1914, 109 years ago, Hank Snow was born in Canada.
I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man, I breathe the mountain air, man. I'll travel, I've had my share, man.
I've been everywhere. More than 70 singles on the Billboard Country Charts from 1950 until 1980, including I'm Moving On, I Don't Hurt Anymore, and Hello, Love. He's a member of both the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame and the Music Hall of Fame. He died in December of 1999. Hank Snow, born on this date, 1914.
I breathe the mountain air, man. I'll travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Furry Day, Santa Fe, Tallahassee.
There you go. It was on this date, 1968, The Hag at number 1 on the country charts with his song, The Legend of Bonnie and Clyde.
They both robbed and killed them till both of them died. So goes the legend.
A song written by Merle Haggard and Bonnie Owens. It was released as the first single and the title track from the album The Legend of Bonnie and Clyde. The song was Haggard's 4th number 1 and spent 2 weeks at number 1, a total of 14 weeks in the country charts.
I'd made her life a shame, but the legend made Bonnie the head of the game. The rampage grew wilder with each passing day. Their odds growing smaller with each getaway.
And it was on this day, country music history. He's an artist that's still one of my favorites in classic country. He just has, I tell you what, his singles, his hit songs are as good as they come. On this date, 1989, one of the sad days in country music history where Keith Whitley was found dead, fully clothed in his bed from alcohol poisoning.
I'm no stranger to the rain. I can spot bad weather.
At the time of his death, he had just finished work on his fourth and what would be his final album, I Wonder Do You Think of Me? The album was released 3 months after his death and produced 2 more #1 hits with the title track, And It Ain't Nothing. Keith Whitley, on this date, 1989, died.
I'm no stranger to the rain, but when I get that foggy feeling, what I'm feeling down.
Keith Whitley, Hank Snow, and Merle Haggard have made their mark on this date, May the 9th, in country music. It's 6:30 in the morning. Our bottom hour KNN News is right now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Monday night at Transylvania University, 3 of the 5 invited Republican gubernatorial candidates took part in a debate. WKYT-TV and the university co-sponsored the debate. Those invited met certain guidelines, including polling at least 5% in a statewide poll. The 3 in attendance were asked about the Second Amendment, gun control, and mental health. Eric Dieter's stance on guns.
I am 1,000% for Kentuckians' right to bear arms. I believe everyone should arm themselves. I'm the one that said, it's sad what happened in Louisville, but I'm the only person who said those people that worked in that bank, were they allowed to have a gun? I still haven't gotten an answer from the state media.
Mike Harmon says it's more than a mental health issue.
Sadly, we've had a crisis in families, we've had a crisis in faith, and when people fill their hearts with something other than God, they fill them with hate, they fill it with anger, they fill it with whatever, then we see these problems.
Meanwhile, Ryan Quarles touted his Agriculture Department's mental health program.
I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. It's in the Constitution for a reason. I'm a gun owner myself. And I think that we need to help reset the dialogue on mental health in Kentucky. At the Department of Agriculture, 2 years ago, we actually started a mental health awareness program called Raising Hope. You can Google it, Raising Hope KY.
Attorney General Daniel Cameron and former UN Ambassador Kelly Craft both declined their invitation. Police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing Pike County man. Officials say 37-year-old Jared Moon's family has not heard from him since last Monday, May 1st, when he sent them a text. Police believe he was on his way to West Virginia's Logan County for a job interview at the time. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Isaiah House provides holistic substance abuse treatment to help recovering addicts achieve sobriety for a lifetime.
We know what that struggle is. We know how bad that is. We know all the damage and the chaos that we created in the past. But the important part is we can show them the solution.
Kentucky Medicaid accepted for treatment. Call Isaiah House Treatment Center today. 859-375-9200. Isaiah House Treatment Center. Real hope for addiction.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department training room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The City of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrisburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrisburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrisburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis. Do you have a sunroom, a man cave, a she shed, or a frog? It's a finished room over a garage that needs heat or air. Did you know one of Kentucky's largest ductless mini-split distributors is located in Danville? The HVAC outlet offers the best ductless mini-splits on the market that you can install yourself, or they can assist with installation. Prices start at only $6.99. Call the HVAC outlet, 859-209-1112, or swing by 308 Fackler Street in Danville. All equipment is in stock.
I grew up on my family farm in rural Kentucky, where we have lived and farmed for more than 200 years. My beliefs are rooted in a strong faith, and they never wavered.
Ryan Quarles is a champion for life, which is why he's endorsed by the Kentucky Right to Life, has an A rating from the NRA, and will always back the blue.
If you're ready for a governor that thinks like you because they were raised like you, I'd be honored to have your vote.
Paid for by Ryan Quarles for governor.
Bluegrass Biomedical and Bluegrass IT Services here in Danville are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifices you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return, and we honor those who have given their lives to fight terrorism. They are America's true heroes. This military tribute message comes to you from Bluegrass Biomedical and Bluegrass IT Services. That's Bluegrass Biomedical and Bluegrass IT Services, and they are located right here in Danville.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's, where everyone in the family has certified something to tastify their taste buds. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass, a great steak truly is just the beginning. Partly sunny skies on this Tuesday, a high of 76, a low tonight 48. Sunshine tomorrow, 78. Thursday, partly sunny, and a high of 82. It's 6:37 in the morning right now. It's 65 degrees in Danville. 238-9447 is the phone number to call in this morning. 238-WHIR. We'd love to have you on the Joe Show this morning. Larry Vaught giving us Vaught's Views today. What's up, Larry?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Kentucky basketball fans are expecting a lot from freshman Justin Edwards next season. He's a McDonald's All-American and a consensus top 5 recruit nationally. National basketball writer Kristen Peek says he actually reminds her a little bit of Anthony Edwards, who now plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves and is one of the NBA's best players. Peek says Justin Edwards could choose when to turn it on in high school because the game came so easy to him, much like it did Anthony Edwards. And when he did turn it on, he was extra special. Peek said when Justin Edwards felt he was being snubbed for not being ranked the #1 player in his recruiting class, he was sensational in showcase events as well as the state championship game. She didn't see quite the same spectacular play from Justin Edwards at the McDonald's All-American game. Said that was because he wanted to have fun with his friends, did not see it as a do-or-die game where winning meant everything.
Lots Views will return in a moment.
Put a little spring in your step. There's no better place than the Bluegrass State. And Kentucky's 45 state parks offer wide open spaces to play and stay, including private cottages and lakeside campgrounds. Plus, you can tee up at 13 nationally recognized golf courses, nestled in beautiful surroundings. Plan your getaway today at www.parks.ky.gov. That's www.parks.ky.gov.
You might be surprised by what Kentucky signee Justin Edwards does that has impressed national basketball writer Krista Peek more than anything else. She says it is his transition defense. There's nothing he does not do well on either end, but she says the way he can use his speed and length to recover on defense or block a shot in transition is rare. Peek has lost count of how many times she has seen Edwards turn a transition steal into a dunk and believes that underrated talent is something UK fans will really like next year.
Find more from Larry at YourSportsEdge.com.
Larry Von Vont's Views Mondays through Fridays of the Joe Show at this time, Tuesday, May the 9th. And here we are 5 days away now from Mother's Day. Mother's Day is this Sunday if you're still looking for a gift, not just for your mom, but what about the stepmom in your life? Well, Prince Harry has released his own collection and line of step-Mother's Day cards so that he can send something to Queen Camilla. So this is what you'll get with the Prince Harry Stepmother's Day cards. Check it out today.
Mother's Day is right around the corner, but what do you give your stepmother? Introducing the Prince Harry Stepmother's Day card, each with a personalized audio message from Prince Harry himself.
Camilla, you're my stepmother. You married my father. I thought I'd send you a gift, but why even bother?
The Prince Harry Stepmother's Day card will show her how you really feel.
I hate your guts, so I moved to L.A. Do I miss you and my father? No way.
The Prince Harry Stepmother's Day card.
If you think I care about you, you're sadly mistaken. So happy Stepmother's Day from Harry and Meghan. That rhyme was almost as lame as you are.
In stores now.
There you go, the Prince Harry Stepmother's Day card collection. Let's see what's going on in the world of good this morning. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I am right there with you, folks. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. A little Floyd Kramer action for you this morning. After fleeing Ukraine and the Russian invasion, the Kuzmin family sought a better life in medical care for their 2-year-old daughter, Zlata, who they believe was completely deaf. They settled in South Carolina and soon met Dr. Teddy McCracken, who performed a cochlear implant surgery on Zlata's right ear, giving her a chance to be able to hear. Following a month-long healing period, the implant was activated, and Zlata could hear, and her family is now optimistic that she'll learn to understand them and maybe even sing with them. Here's a clip of Dr. Teddy McCracken saying that he connected to the family as a parent trying to do the best thing for their child.
I think my personal connection was really more as a parent, right, trying to do the best thing for their child. Because I could only imagine for my child, and you know, they were in an extremely unfortunate situation.
Yeah, story number 2 coming from Utah, where Mark Goldman is committed to completing 13 Ironman races in memory of the 13 U.S. service members who died during the Afghanistan pullout. Recently, he finished the St. George, Utah Ironman while honoring Marine Sheriff Sergeant Taylor Hoover, and then presented Hoover's family with a flag after the race. Goldman encourages others to honor fallen service members through physical activities, believing that such acts contribute to a stronger nation, mentally and physically. Here's a clip of Mark Goldman saying that he competes with a flag with a fallen service member's name, helping to honor their sacrifice.
Doing it with a flag with Taylor Hoover's name on it, is my way of making sure that every athlete out here, every spectator who's part of this day, pauses, reflects, and remembers that sacrifice.
Yeah, and story number 3, last week, Teresa Cox, a 55-year-old breast cancer survivor, completed her first clinical rotation as a nurse at the same cancer center where she received treatment. Her personal and family health experiences, including her cancer diagnosis, fueled her passion for the medical field. Despite initial doubts, Cox persevered and recently fulfilled a lifelong goal when she graduated near the top of her class at Nebraska Methodist College. The good news, a woman beats breast cancer to graduate college with honors at 55 years old. An Ironman athlete finishes a 140-mile race in honor of a fallen Marine. And South Carolina doctors give Ukrainian war refugees a toddler the gift of sound. And that's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, the Country Comic Spotlight, selling us at sunrise. And no late-night jokes because the late-night shows are on strike with the Writers Guild. So we'll fill the time another way. But right now, Floyd Kramer, take it away, buddy.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where is this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
The new home for A&L Accessories in Danville is at 491 South 4th Street next to Smart Loop, featuring gifts, purses, jewelry, watches, scarves, body care products, and official Simply Southern Products dealer. Open at 11:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Stop in the new home for A&L Accessories in Danville, 493 South 4th.
It felt like a normal Kansas race to me, but a little bit better than normal.
With Hamlin hammering home the win.
Roles reversed, right? I'm like pissed for sure.
I handle it in my own way. That's between Noah and I.
I feel like I still got a lot left in the tank and a lot more to go.
Mark Caro and PRN's Garage Pass.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up on your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at ZMax.com. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
Desperate for a win, Denny Hamlin hooked Kyle Larson on the last lap to conquer Kansas Speedway for the 4th time, ending a 33-race losing streak. The FedEx Toyota driver admitted Larson might have a reason to be mad.
Yeah, no doubt. Roles reversed, right? I'm like pissed, for sure. So it's just different. Racing is so different now than it used to be, and certainly lost that way for sure. But yeah, you definitely have a difference of opinion, especially you're in your cocoon. You see things your way, right? You don't necessarily see all the things. He's leading the race up until the back straightaway, so definitely would respect any opinion he might have.
Although unhappy as a runner-up, Larson did lead the most laps in a race that featured a record 37 lead changes among 12 drivers.
Weird strategies going on throughout the whole race because there were so many cautions. So it felt like a normal Kansas race to me, but on the stat sheet it probably shows that it was a little bit better than normal.
There was plenty of excitement on pit road afterwards, with Noah Gragson grabbing Ross Chastain, who then punched him right in the mouth. Chastain on why Gragson could have been so upset.
Tight racing off turn 4, left him one lane exactly, and How's that?
Andy said this on why he might have taken a poke at Gregson.
He did the same thing after Talladega at the plane, and nothing happened, but that wasn't the first time he's approached me like that.
The 5th place finish for Chastain allowed him to increase his lead in the regular season driver standings by 31 points over Christopher Bell.
Baseball, basketball, pickleball. Those are sports, and people love sports. If you love sports, you should know this. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Does saving have anything to do with sports? No, but people love sports, so I'm yelling sports out. Hockey, swimming, golf. Not all sports have the word ball in there, so save big when you switch to Progressive. Go sports teams!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
The Busch brothers, Kurt and Kyle, were added to the list of NASCAR's top 75 drivers. For Kyle, it was a great honor, but made it clear he's not done yet.
You know, for me to be a little kid dreaming of just one day racing in the sport to then being able to become a winner and win as much and as often as I was able to, it's really a dream come true. So would love nothing more than to continue to elevate my stature on that 75th list, no matter where it is. You always want to be at the top. I feel like I still got a lot left in the tank and a lot more to go.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
DNC Small Engine Repair. We repair all types, brands of mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, blowers, pressure washers, virtually anything with a 2 or 4 cycle engine at DNC Small Engine. We pride ourselves in getting your equipment fixed right the first time and back to you within days, not weeks or months. We even offer pickup and delivery. All work's guaranteed. You have my word on that because I'm the owner, Doug Coulter. Come see us at DNC Small Engine Repair on 1125 Stanford Avenue. Call us at 859-209-2615. 209-2615. Service is always in season.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Thank you, Boyle Countyans, for helping keep Boyle County clean. Don't throw your trash out of your car. Keep it inside till you can dispose of it properly by bringing your plastic water bottles, soda bottles, and energy drink bottles to one of the Boyle County convenience centers for recycling. Let's keep Boyle County looking beautiful today and tomorrow. Please cover those loads when going to the convenience centers.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Joe, do you like pancakes?
Oh, absolutely. I love pancakes.
Do you like fire trucks?
I love fire trucks.
Do you love parades?
I absolutely love parades.
Well, you're in luck. Saturday, June 3rd at 8 a.m. before the Brass Band Parade, A Gathering Place is hosting a fundraiser for Meals on Wheels.
How can we get tickets to this, Ben?
Go to pancakesformeals.com. Tickets are $8 for one person, 2 folks for $15, and a family of up to 4 for only $22.
The Great American Pancake Breakfast, Saturday, June 3rd, 8 o'clock in the morning at the Central Fire Station in downtown Danville.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way.
Rise and shine, champions.
Right here on the Happy Station, AM 1230, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on 1230 WHIR.
darling. This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Cattleman's Roadhouse and the HVAC outlet right here in Danville. The best ductless mini splits you can install yourself, or they can help you with installation. They're one of the largest distributors in the state of Kentucky. They also have heat pumps with 10-year parts warranties and financing available. Call before you buy anywhere else. Get the outlet price from the HVAC outlet in Danville, 859-209-1112. Partly sunny skies today, high of 76. A low tonight of 48. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 78. And partly sunny Thursday and a high of 82. Right now it's 6:53 in the morning. It's 65 degrees here in Danville. 238 WHIR 238-9447. Ricky D's giving us the download today on the Planet of the Apps. What do you want from us, Ricky? Welcome
to the Planet of the Apps.
How about this? In fact, this has gotten rave reviews from our staff. The new free e-book app called Wattpad. 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 It's an online storytelling community where writers post everything from books to poetry, fiction. Zayn Malik, the superstar from the group One Direction, has his own autobiography, and Zayn is using Wattpad to communicate with fans. He reads, you enjoy, and it is a free app. WATTPAD, a new online reader. See what you think of Wattpad. And Rick D's in this molten magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
Thank you there, Rick D's. The Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays in the Joe Show. At this time leads us into the Country Comic Spotlight this morning, where Timon Ship is in the spotlight. Timon Ship. And Timon talks about how he has worked with the Juvenile Corrections Department in Los Angeles County, California, for the last 30 years. And the things that he's learned while working with criminals. Here's Timon Ship in the Country Comic Spotlight this morning.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. I work for L.A. County Probation Department. Juvenile Hall, 30 years. Yes. You know, murderers, rapists, gangbangers, been dealing with them for years. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes I say it's not the kids' fault. I look at their parents, especially when you name your son Angel. Every angel I know is a murderer. I haven't met one yet. Why would you do that to him? Oh, look at my angel. He's going to jail. And they know it. I said, you just ruined him. Precious. You know, my daughter's name is Precious. No. Do you guys go to school with girls named Precious? You know? No. Yeah, stay away from them. Stay away from them. Cinnamon. Really? Cinnamon? Come on. Yeah. I mean, my name is Timon, and they didn't get it right in Texas. They ended up calling me Thyroid, so I just left it alone. I go by Thyroid. Maybe what are you gonna do? But yeah, I work with them, you know, and the kids tell me, you know, you adults don't understand us. You don't get us, man. You adults don't understand what we're going through, bro. We got it hard, bro. We got it hard. I said, you know what? You're right. I don't understand you. You have a 20-inch waist. You're wearing a size 50-inch pair of pants with a belt that wraps all the way around your body and a shirt that goes down to your knees. And you say, I'm cool. No, you're stupid. You don't know your size.
Timon Ship in the Country Comic Spotlight. And again, no late night jokes from last night because of the Writers Guild strike. But let's give a shout out to bus number 121 this morning. Tim and Pitt are on the roadways picking up the kids, getting them over to Hogsett and Tolliver schools, and we appreciate the great work that they do. And a shout out to them and all of the great bus drivers in our local school systems who are out doing their bus driving thing this morning. Tune into the Joe Show. And kids, listen up. My words of wisdom for you. Do the best work you possibly can. Listen to your teachers. But the most important thing, be kind to everybody, because there will never be another Tuesday, May the 9th of 2023. This is the only one you get. So make this day pay off accordingly. We're 3 minutes away from Top Hour News on The Joe Show.
Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community. Immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and and made a new friend. Where is this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
.6:58 in the morning, coming up at the 7 o'clock hour, right after our top hour news. We're going to have what's breaking and trending in the 7 o'clock hour, waking you up with the news headlines. We're also going to give you one more chance to win some Michael W. Smith tickets. Gospel Hall of Famer, Christian music superstar, I guess kind of classic country Christian. Michael W. Smith going to be in concert this Sunday, Mother's Day, at EKU Center for the Arts. And I've got one last pair of tickets, I just realized. And I want to make sure we give these away. So if you want to go to see Michael W. Smith in concert, we'll give those away coming up in about 10 minutes right here on The Joe Show after our 7 o'clock news. This right here is his song, Friends, which is a really popular song, I think in like the early 90s or something like that. I remember hearing this song when I was a youngster, so we'll say early 90s. Michael W. Smith coming to EKU Center for the Arts on Sunday. 7:20, we have Boyle County baseball coach Adam Blair talking Rebel baseball in the final week of the regular season. 7:40, it's the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. We'll have Tyler Miller join us this morning for the County Agents Corner. We'll keep you up to date on what happened last night at the Danville City Commission meeting, as Mayor Pro Tem Jenny Holland will join us this morning at 7:50, updating us on last night's Danville City Commission meeting. I'm sure an update on the Streetscape project as well, with the Brass Band Festival lurking. I know the original complete date to have most of it done was by the Brass Band Festival, which is coming. So we'll see what Jenny Holland has to say about that coming up in about 50 minutes on The Joe Show.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Jury deliberations are expected to begin today in the New York civil rape trial involving former President Trump. More from Mark Mayfield.
Closing arguments wrapped up Monday as a lawyer for writer E. Jean Carroll told jurors that Carroll was exactly Trump's type. Carroll alleges Trump raped her in a Manhattan department store in the 1990s and then defamed her years later. Trump denies any wrongdoing and claims that Carroll made up the story to sell copies of her book. The case has spanned more than a week without the former president testifying.
The White House says it's Congress's constitutional duty to raise the debt ceiling.
There shouldn't be negotiations on the debt limit. This is something that they should get to regular order and get to work on.
Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said President Biden will make clear to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy lawmakers must pass an increase of the nation's borrowing limit without conditions when the leaders meet today. She accused House Republicans of manufacturing a crisis to secure deep spending cuts. Congress needs to pass legislation to raise the nation's borrowing limit by early June to avoid a potentially crippling default. McCarthy has said his chamber won't approve any deal that doesn't include a cut in spending to address the growing budget deficit. There are reports that this weekend's murder of 8 people at an outlet mall near Dallas was racially motivated.
The people that died were Koreans, were Hispanics, were Indian Americans.
Democratic State Senator Roland Gutierrez claimed the attack was linked to white supremacy. The driver arrested after a crash that killed 8 people near a homeless shelter in Brownsville, Texas on Sunday is now facing at least 18 criminal charges. Gabe Gutierrez with more.
A driver now facing manslaughter charges as well as charges of aggravated assault, and police are looking into whether this was an intentional act or an accident.
34-year-old George Alvarez has been arraigned and formally charged with 8 counts of manslaughter and 10 counts of aggravated assault. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Congratulations, you're going to be a mom, and we're here to help every adorably tiny step of the way. Now, expectant and new mothers up to 1 year are eligible for no-cost health coverage through K-CHIP or Medicaid. Just visit us at connect.ky.gov/K-CHIP to qualify and enroll. Then sit back and relax for a minute, okay? You've got enough going on.
Paid for by Kelly Craft for governor.
There's a clear choice in the race for governor. My opponents, career politicians who'd rather follow than lead. Kentucky has big challenges to tackle, and it's going to take a leader to solve them. I've spent my career doing just that. A proven leader who negotiated trade deals that created Kentucky jobs. A conservative that stood up to the Chinese Communist Party, and an outsider not owned by the establishment. Kentucky needs proven leadership, not more.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he's deploying another National Guard unit to the border for this week's end of Title 42. More from Brian Shook.
The public health rule has been used to expedite deportations, and without it, there are worries about a surge of illegal immigration. The governor says the Texas Tactical Border Force will focus on stopping asylum seekers from crossing illegally into the country. The Biden administration estimates that 13,000 people will come across the border illegally on a daily basis once Title 42 expires on Thursday. I'm Brian Shook.
President Biden is making his first public comments about the Hollywood writers' strike since it began last week.
I sincerely hope the writers' strike in Hollywood gets resolved and the writers are given a fair deal they deserve as soon as possible.
Biden made the comments Monday during a White House screening of the television show American-Born Chinese. He emphasized the power of stories and the importance of treating storytellers with the dignity, respect, and value they deserve. Thousands of Writers Guild of America members went on strike amid negotiations for a new contract that includes better pay. Elon Musk is cutting the ribbon on a new battery plant in Texas that will someday power his Tesla electric vehicles. Trey Thomas reports.
The first of its kind factory will produce battery-grade lithium.
Battery-grade lithium actually has to be extremely precise, because if you have any impurities, it causes degradation of the battery.
He says the availability of battery-grade lithium will be a choke point in the electric car world. The mineral, he says, is abundant, but there's a lack of refineries to process it. The $375 million plant outside Corpus Christi is set to open next year. I'm Trey Thomas.
A finance company is looking for someone to binge watch all of the Fast and Furious movies in exchange for $1,000. Finance Buzz recently put out a job listing for a Fast and Furious claims adjuster. Michael Kastner, NBC News.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director for your Boyle County Health Department. The health and safety of our residents is of great importance to me. Each year, lives are lost due to lung cancer, many of which are preventable. That is something that I would like to see change. Lung cancer deaths associated with smoking and exposure to radon gas are considered by the Environmental Protection Agency as the foremost contributing factors in causing lung cancer. This is where the Boyle County Health Department can help. We have smoking cessation classes beginning often, and the entire program only lasts 13 weeks. Imagine how much better you can feel in just a few short weeks. Also, our environmental staff has information on radon indoor air mitigation systems that can greatly reduce the risk of radon gas in your home. For more information on either of these programs, contact your Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053. Thank you.
You need a stopper at the new Papa's Quick Stop for some knickknacks, gas and snacks, breakfast, lunch, and fried chicken with a bone. Papa's Quick Stop has a loyalty program, fast way to earn on every purchase you make. A swipe of your card is all it takes. Come see what they've done to the new place at Papa's Quick Stop. Come try their great breakfast, lunch specials, and save on all your gas, snacks, beer, and much, much more. Hey, Papa, can you stop at the Quick Stop in Danville, across from the fairgrounds? Now offering the full Candleberry collection. Candleberry at Papa.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It's the 9th day of May, and we're looking at cloudy skies and rain showers possible today, scattered around. Looks like southwestern Boyle County getting some rain, northeastern Boyle County maybe getting some rain, but right smack dab in the middle, just seeing some cloudy skies. But again, it'll scatter through here off and on this afternoon and should clear out by later afternoon. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up right now, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford, where we make it easy to do business with us. Our team is dedicated to providing you with a hassle-free experience from start to finish. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or need to get your current vehicle serviced, we have you covered. Stop by and see how easy we make it at 225 South Danville Bypass here in Danville, or anytime at www.stuartpowellford.com.
Stuart Powell, Ford Lincoln Mazda.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department training room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The city of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrisburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrisburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrisburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
Danville Auto Body Shop for top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299. That's 236-2299. That's Danville Auto Body Shop. Partly sunny, a high today 76. A low tonight 48. Tomorrow sunshine, a high of 78. Thursday partly sunny and a high of 82. Right now 65 degrees on Tuesday, May the 9th. 238-9447. 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in. I told you we were going to give away some tickets to see Michael W. Smith in concert, EKU Center for the Arts. He's going to be there this Sunday at EKU Center for the Arts for a Mother's Day concert. And excited about this. If you want to go see Michael W. Smith, we've got tickets for you right now. 238-WHIR, 238-9447 is the phone number to call in. We'll give you a pair of tickets to see Michael W. Smith, the country Christian music singer, the gospel singer. He's in the Gospel Hall of Fame. Christian music superstar, Michael W. Smith. Phone lines are open, 238-WHIR. It's this Sunday, 7:30 in the evening. We'll keep the phone lines open if someone wants to call in and make one last stab at getting some Michael W. Smith tickets, 238-WHIR. But let's see what's breaking and trending here in this 7 o'clock hour. Waking you up with the news headlines on the Joe Show. Here we go. All right, jury deliberations expected to begin today in the New York civil rape and defamation trial involving former President Donald Trump. Closing arguments wrapped up yesterday as a lawyer for writer E. Jean Carroll told jurors that Carroll was, quote, exactly Trump's type. Carroll alleges Trump raped her in a Manhattan department store in the 1990s and then defamed her years later. The legends of baseball are being honored as the U.S. Navy commissions the USS Cooperstown. The combat ship is named after the location of the Baseball Hall of Fame. There were 70 former Major League Baseball players who served the military during wartime, and they were honored Saturday in New York City during the commissioning. They included Joe DiMaggio, as well as Joe Torre and Johnny Bench, who took part in the ceremony. The ship's motto is America's Away Team. There you go. Alicia Keys has released a new video for her hit, If I Ain't Got You. Keys recorded the new version of her 2004 single with an all-female orchestra that are dubbed Queen Charlotte's Orchestra. The song is featured in the Netflix series Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story. Keys performs with an orchestra made up of more than 70 women of color from around the world. They're all wearing 1700s-inspired gowns. Keys shares, quote, I feel like it's going to open the minds of many people to realize that women of color belong everywhere, and we've always been everywhere. It's magical. Hey, BTS, the pop group, is getting a huge honor. South Korea is releasing special edition stamps in June featuring the country's most famous band. The stamps drop on June 13th to coincide with the boy band's 10th anniversary of their debut. One set will have 10 designs highlighting BTS's hit singles like Dynamite, Butter, and Proof. Will cost $5.90 with a planned production of 1.5 million sets. The second set will have 10 different designs, including various portraits of the band. An online pre-sale event for the BTS stamp set for May 22nd through 25th for South Korean citizens. International fans will be able to purchase them starting June 1st on a dedicated website. There's nothing like fishing in the open seas until you catch what you don't expect. Scott Housel, the captain and owner of the Sudden Strike Offshore Adventures, said he and his group were fishing near Potts Inlet in Florida on Thursday when there was a big bite they got. A big bite because it was a great white shark. It had been circling the bait for a while before taking it. Housel says it was once in a lifetime. He noted, quote, I've been fishing out here since 1989, and this is the 7th great white I've ever seen. The shark was released after they reeled it in. Graham Smith, who was detained by the Metropolitan Police on Coronation Day, says he was visited by a chief inspector and 2 other officers to apologize for arresting them. 6 protesters were arrested in England under new charges that the law made last week that made it illegal for protesters to use equipment to secure themselves to things like lampposts and railings. Police say that bail for the 6 protesters arrested has been canceled and no charges will be pressed. Smith refused the apology and said he would be talking to lawyers about taking legal action. Hey, the day when artificial intelligence replaces humans at work might not be coming. It may already be here. IBM CEO Arvind Krishna, in an interview with Bloomberg, said there are plans to pause hiring for 7,800 jobs because they think they can replace them with AI or automated robot systems. Krishna said that HR duties like employee movements and services would be among the first to switch to AI. But there's good news. He says it'll be at least a decade before jobs that need human scrutiny can be replaced. And that's what's breaking and trending this morning in the 7 o'clock hour on the Joe Show. It's 7:16. We've got sports coming your way right now. It's brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the 127 bypass in Danville.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the Danville bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager of Stuart Powell Ford, Lincoln, and Mazda, 225 South Danville Bypass here in Danville. And for the first time in 3 years, we have new Fords on our lot ready to go home with you. Please stop by and see our selection. We are offering these at invoice pricing or shop online at stuartpowell.com.
Making people happy because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell. Ford Lincoln Mazda.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Pre-Kentucky Derby favorite Forte may be knocked out of running in the Preakness Stakes. He was scratched from the Derby the morning of the race. Now he's been placed on a 14-day close watch. Derby winner Mage is most likely headed to Baltimore for the Preakness Stakes. He'll be looking for the second jewel of the Triple Crown. In the NBA Conference semifinals yesterday, the Miami Heat are just a win away from the East Finals. The 8th-seeded Heat down the New York Knicks 109-101 to go up 3-1. In the West, the surprising L.A. Lakers are just a win away from the conference finals. The Lakers beat the Warriors 104-101 last night to lead that series 3-1. In Major League Baseball tonight, Cincinnati hosts the New York Mets at Great American Ballpark. Starters are expected to be Luke Weaver for the Reds and Max Scherzer for the Mets. Both teams are mired in slumps. Yesterday in the National League, Mitch Keller threw a complete game shutout as the Pirates snapped a 7-game losing streak by shutting out the Rockies 2-0. Cardinals won their second straight game 3-1 over the Cubs. It was the Brewers 9, Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks 5, Marlins 2, and the Nationals 5, Giants 2. American League scores: Tigers 6, Guardians 1, Angels 6, Astros 4, Yankees 7, A's 2, Rangers 2, Mariners 1, Rays 3, Orioles 7. That's Tampa Bay's 7th shutout of the season, and the Royals beat the White Sox 12-5. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Spring is here and everything's in bloom, including the possibility of ailments and mishaps that can turn spring fever into real health problems. Hello, this is Beth Coyle from your local Medicine Shop Pharmacy. For health solutions, turn to your friendly neighborhood Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Danville. We're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to noon on Saturday. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy provides medications and supplies for a full range of health needs, from allergies and everyday cuts and bruises to serious medical conditions. And we provide something more as well. We take time to personally help you with your individual health questions and concerns. And isn't that a breath of fresh air? Visit the Medicine Shop at 900 Houstonville Road in Danville. We're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to noon on Saturday. We know your time is important to you, so why wait in long lines? We have fast, friendly service in-store. We also have free delivery in Danville, and you can order online at medicineshop.com. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, caring beyond prescriptions.
Hello, this is Alan Martin, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in downtown Danville. Home values are at an all-time high, which means it's the perfect time to look into a home equity loan. Whitaker Bank can help you turn the equity in your home into a line of credit that could allow you to finally do those repairs you put off, or to provide peace of mind knowing you have the funds available for an emergency. Call me at 859-236-9822. That's 859-236-9822, and together we'll find just the right loan for you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Appreciate that one, Rebecca. Brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris, and they'd love to give you a free quote. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. You get cloudy skies and rain showers are possible scattered today. High today of 76, low of 48. Sunshine tomorrow, 78. Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 82. Right now, it is 65 degrees here in Danville, and we welcome onto the show Boyle County baseball coach Adam Blair. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Coach. Appreciate you being on this morning, and we're talking Boyle County baseball. And, Coach, first of all, as we hop into this conversation, your Rebels are hot. 9 in a row they've won. It's the longest win streak in the Adam Blair era at Boyle County. It's the longest win streak overall for Boyle County baseball since 2018, Coach. What are your Rebels doing right now at the tail end of the season? You all are racking up the wins.
Yeah, everything's coming together. Like we wanted. Guys are kind of finding their groove. Guys that were new in the lineup are getting comfortable, and those early on jitters are gone, and we're putting up runs. And the biggest thing is, I knew we were on a win streak. I didn't know it was our longest tenured since then, or my longest tenured since I've been here. But the biggest thing is we go out every day and play like we're 0-0. Just win that day. Win the day is the biggest thing. Not worrying about the next day or what happened the day before. Just focus on the next play and winning each day. And I think our guys really done that, and we got to continue to do that. This is the right time to stay this way, and we want to continue that into next week and so on.
Yeah, and you are beating good teams in this streak, too. I mean, you all beat Pulaski County back on April 28th. Pulaski 16-14. They're 5th in the 12th region RPI. Your biggest win, maybe of the season in terms of, like talent on the opposing team. You beat PRP last Friday. That's a PRP team that was 20-5 coming into the game. They're one of the great programs in the state in high school baseball with a number of state championships they won, and you all handled PRP pretty easily.
Yeah, and we've had the opportunity to play some really good teams and good competition that's helped us prepare. Friday for the PRP game, they jumped out and scored 4 in the first 2. And we went down 4-0, and it was I told our guys, this is your opportunity. You can lay down, or you can step up and accept the challenge. And I said we have 5 more innings, and they did, and they chipped away, and we ended up, scoring the next few innings, and I was real proud of them about that. It just kind of showed that we, could handle some adversity, and when we got knocked down, we got back up. We didn't let it, get us down or, finish the game for us. We were actually strong enough to push through, and we got a really good win against a really, really good program. And full respect for that program and their coaches.
And things don't necessarily get easier for you either, because you got Taylor County tonight. That's a team that's 23-8. You got Russell County to end the season. That's a game that will be at the final game of the regular season. We'll have Russell County right now is 19-8. And did they make the state tournament last year? They won region last year? They did, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
They're state runner-up.
Yeah, state runner-up. Okay, yeah, so they lost in the state championship. That's right. So, I mean, you're ending the season with PRP, with Taylor County, with Russell County, and so you're not taking it easy going into the district tournament that starts on Monday of next week. You all are, I mean, you're playing some of the best the final week of the season.
Yeah, and we have Taylor, Anderson, and Russell, and, Anderson's a good program, too, traditionally in baseball. They're a big school, and they do a great job, too. So, all 3 teams are great teams to help us continue to get ready for next week. And it's important for us to continue to play for the day and try to win each day and get prepared for next week.
And you've got, Coach, you look at your team, your roster, you've got such a wide array of arms that you can throw as well. You've got guys who are probably more comfortable starting games. Kaysen Myers, Cole Sims. Kaysen's appeared in 10 games as a pitcher, 9 as a starter. Cole, 7 games, all 7 as starts. But, guys who come in out of the bullpen, Landon Parnas, who comes in, he's appeared in 12 games as a pitcher, 11 of them in relief appearances, a 1.03 ERA. You had Brian Moore, who started the game against PRP. You had Braden West, who came in after that. You've had Brayson Clark throw some innings for you. So you've worked in, the way this season has gone for you, Coach. You've been able to work different arms. You probably feel comfortable throwing a wide number of guys out there on the pitcher's mound in big-time games, which is exactly what you want at this point in the season. You've worked those guys. You know what they bring, and they're bringing some good stuff.
Yeah, our guys have done great. We lost, I think 60 plus innings last year to graduation, and these guys have came in and stepped up and done a great job for us. And like you said, we feel good with any of them on the mound. And I think the biggest thing is they feel comfortable with the guys behind them that's going to play defense for them. They're not going to try to strike out everybody. They're going to to fill up the zone and let our guys play, and I think that's important. And I think our guys have trust in each other and feel comfortable with that.
Will County Baseball Coach Adam Blair. Coach, appreciate you being on with us this morning. And, again, we'll see you all on Friday for the final game of the regular season as you host Russell County there at Rebel Field. Coach, appreciate it. We'll see you then, okay?
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Yes, sir, Coach. Bye. That's Boyle County Baseball Coach Adam Blair giving us the rundown of Rebel Baseball Tuesday mornings at 7:20 right here on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It's 7:27 in the morning, and we are about 2.5 minutes away from bottom hour news on WHIR.
Do you own a business? If so, save money and time with Farmers National Bank's free business checking. You receive 1,000 free monthly transaction items, free free online banking, free bill pay, free e-statements. Plus, you get a free gift at account opening. Call us at 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our convenient locations for assistance. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. $50 minimum deposit at account opening. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Paid for by Kelly Craft for governor.
There's a clear choice in the race for governor. My opponents, career politicians who'd rather follow than lead. Kentucky has big challenges to tackle, and it's going to take a leader to solve them. I've spent my career doing just that. A proven leader who negotiated trade deals that created Kentucky jobs. A conservative that stood up to the Chinese Communist Party and an outsider not owned by the establishment. Kentucky needs proven leadership, not more politicians.
Kentucky has one of the most expansive state park systems in the nation. For decades, the parks have been bringing people together for family reunions, fishing, hiking, and a wealth of other activities. What's your favorite memory of a Kentucky state park? Unfortunately, it takes more than governmental support to keep the parks vibrant. The Kentucky State Parks Foundation raises money to create educational programs for elementary school kids to connect them with nature, handicappable hiking trails, and the preservation of historical artifacts. Make a tax-deductible donation online at KentuckyStateParksFoundation.org.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
All right, 7:29 in the morning. Morning Point doing their Mother's Day balloonograms. You got a couple of more days to get your RSVPs on these things, so to say. The balloonograms will be delivered by Morning Point on May the 12th. So you tell Morning Point, what you want on that special message. You pay them $10 per ballonogram. They'll deliver it to the mother in your life, mom, grandma, wife, whatever it may be. Deliver it to that person's house or place of business on Friday, May the 12th. The Mother's Day Balloonogram event. All proceeds go to Morning Point's Foundation, which helps young kids and scholarships for those who want to pursue nursing degrees in the healthcare field. It's Morning Point and their Mother's Day Balloonogram. 859-965-1008 is the phone number.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The DEA announced on Monday a multi-agency effort called Operation Last Mile has resulted in 137 arrests over the last year for the Louisville Field Division alone. In addition, over 1.7 million doses of fentanyl was confiscated. Special Agent Jeffrey Todd Scott tells WOKY-TV a lot of local violence is due to the turf wars between the cartels.
They are fighting over markets, over market share, fighting over customers. And a lot of the violence we're seeing is the gangs and distributors that support these two cartels fighting amongst themselves as they try to control the territories and control the profits.
The Louisville Field Division includes Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. The Jefferson County Board of Education is voting today about potential safety measures in schools. JCPS is considering installing a weapons detection system to help stop firearms and other devices entering schools. Today's vote on the approving of technology is the final hurdle for that proposal, which could cost around $17 million. It would first be introduced to middle and high schools in the district. A man is pleading guilty to manslaughter in connection with a deadly Lexington shooting. 45-year-old DeMonte Cowan yesterday made the plea after being charged for last June's shooting on Charles Avenue. That's where police found 54-year-old Randy Wise with at least one gunshot wound, who was later pronounced dead at the scene. The Bowling Green Humane Society is recommending distemper vaccinations for local dog owners. That comes after a case of the contagious disease was found in the area. It can impact dogs' respiratory, gastrointestinal, and nervous systems. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with big deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Get ready for the great outdoors with our Rootology sinus and allergy support products. Or try our DEET-free, all-natural bug repellents that are safe for the whole family. We even have a natural bug repellent for dogs, which is specially formulated to repel mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and ticks. Enjoy the great outdoors naturally by visiting your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center, located on 4th Street next to Sears.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department Training Room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The city of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrodsburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrodsburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrodsburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville is honored to have served this community since 1972. They're excited to announce they are offering even more $5.99 lunch specials. Choose from Lee's 2-piece breast strip, 2-piece dark chicken, chicken slider, or a barbecue chicken sandwich. All specials come with a side of your choice along with a regular drink and an apple pie or cookie. Wednesday's Customer Appreciation Day. Come on in and ask for the Wednesday special. 3 pieces of Famous Crispy or strips, 2 sides of your choice, hot homestyle buttermilk biscuit, all $1 off the regular price. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Try one of their family meals. They come in options of 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece selections with your choice of sides. They specialize in catering, so if you need to cater a wedding, office party, funeral, birthday party, or any other special event, call them at 859-236-8777, 236-8777 for a free quote. Let them do all the work for you. They're located at 610 South 4th Street. Drive through or come on in. Lee's Famous Recipe, serving the best chicken in Danville for over 40 years.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. That's ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine, a high today 76, a low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 78. Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 82. Right now, it's 7:38 in the morning. It is 65 degrees right here in Danville, and we are joined on the telephone by Tyler Miller from the Lincoln County Extension Office. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing good this morning. I like those warm temperatures and that sunshine.
Yeah, me too. Good stuff. 75 and sunny. Tyler, hard to beat that, right?
That's the ideal right there.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. Don't have to break a sweat when you're out there. Just right. Just perfect. So hopefully we can keep that as long as we can. Tyler's on here for the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Tyler Miller.
And good morning to all the million listeners out there. I hope you're having a good start to your Tuesday morning. Today we're going to be talking about some hay and some rain, which we've had, and people have been doing hay. And when I say hay, what I'm talking about is dry hay. We wrap a lot of our hay anymore, but there's still quite a bit of dry hay that gets put up as well. Now, what happens when our dry hay gets rained on, and how much rain hurts it? So hopefully we'll shed a little bit of light on that. But when there's even a slight amount of rain on current hay, that can cause serious loss of feed quality. The losses occurs because much of the nutrient in the plant is water soluble and can be removed by leaching. Studies have shown that rainfall of only 0.05, that's not very much, of an inch on hay which is partially cured is sufficient to cause leaching losses. Now, as we increase the amounts of rain, we'll cause greater losses by leaching and also by knocking off the leaves. And that's not good because we want to keep those leaves and not just have a bale of stems. And those leaves also contain much of the protein in legume hay. There's been some data from experience done in Maryland that's shown what the magnitude of those leaves or those losses from the rain can be for alfalfa hay. So if we have a standing crop of alfalfa still in the field, not cut, and it rains, then we still have, it's not going to hurt it, right? We still have all our leaves, all the protein still there, the digestible nutrients. And but if we cut that hay and there's been no rain, leaves retained drops to 62%. We're going to lose some of those leaves. Protein retained drops to 72%, and total digestible nutrients drops to 59%. Now, if that alfalfa hay gets rained on, then the leaves retained drops to 38%. That's a pretty big drop. The protein retained drops to 55%, and the total digestible nutrients falls to 52%. That just kind of gives you an idea on alfalfa hay of how much rain decreases the quality of our alfalfa hay. And that's your Tuesday's County Agent's Corner. God bless you.
There you go. Tyler Miller, Lincoln County Extension Office in this morning's County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Tyler, before you go, I've got some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Tyler, are you ready?
I want to hear them.
All right, good. Here we go, Tyler. Fact number one, most food historians believe that Bill's Restaurant in Sydney, Australia, which opened up in 1993, was the first place ever to serve what was called avocado toast. Spread avocado on toast. Avocado toast. There you go. Number two, the three largest countries in North America. Number one, Canada. Number two, the United States. Number three, Greenland. So you think North America, I mean, the first thing that we think of is the United States, but that's because we live here, right? There's other countries in North America. We're the second biggest North American country. Canada's number one. Greenland is number three.
Greenland, wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Number three, Billy Joel's song Allentown was originally called Levittown, after a town on Long Island, New York, next to where he grew up. He changed it to Allentown when he decided to focus it on the fading steel industry in Pennsylvania. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Changed it from Levittown to Allentown. Yeah. Number four, in early drafts of Star Wars, Yoda had a first name. He wasn't just Yoda, he was Minch Yoda. M-I-N-C-H. Minch Yoda. Of course, that was shortened to just Yoda.
Did not know that.
Yeah. And number five, the reason Under Armour spells its name Armour, A-R-M-O-U-R, instead of A-R-M-O-R, like the actual spelling, is because the founder thought that would make for a cooler toll-free phone number. He wanted 1-888-4-ARMOR, not 1-888-44 Armor without the U in it. So he added the U, so the toll-free number would be 1-888-4-ARMOR with a U in it.
Oh, I see.
And that's why it's Under Armour, spelled A-R-M-O-U-R, because of the phone number. Tyler, appreciate you being on. You have a good, fun, and a safe Tuesday. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
All right.
All right, appreciate it, Tyler. Bye. Tyler Miller, Lincoln County Extension Office. It is 7:45 in the morning. We're talking Danville City Commission with Mayor Pro Tem and City Commissioner Jenny Holland coming up next.
I grew up on my family farm in rural Kentucky, where we have lived and farmed for more than 200 years. My beliefs are rooted in a strong faith, and they never wavered.
Ryan Quarles is a champion for life, which is why he's endorsed by the Kentucky Right to Life, has an A rating from the NRA, and will always back the blue.
If you're ready for a governor that thinks like you because they were raised like you, I'd be honored to have your vote.
Paid for by Ryan Quarles for governor.
Just who is this car wash lady, a.k.a. the Queen of Suds? None other than Jenny Hogue, owner and manager of Car Express Wash in Danville. Jenny, how did you get started?
My owners wanted to sell the business. They offered to me first. October of 2018 is when I became the car wash lady, a.k.a. the Queen of Suds. We are invested in making Danville a happier, safer, and cleaner community. Give the giver clean this season. We have gift cards available and also monthly memberships. We are located in the Big Blue Building, Danville Bypass. Don't drive dirty.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Pre-Kentucky Derby favorite Forte may be knocked out of running in the Preakness Stakes. He was scratched from the Derby the morning of the race. Now he's been placed on a 14-day close watch. Derby winner Mage is most likely headed to Baltimore for the Preakness Stakes. He'll be looking for the second jewel of the Triple Crown. In the NBA Conference semifinals yesterday, the Miami Heat are just a win away from the East Finals. The 8th-seeded Heat down the New York Knicks 109-101 to go up 3-1. In the West, the surprising L.A. Lakers are just a win away from the conference finals. The Lakers beat the Warriors 104-101 last night to lead that series 3-1. In Major League Baseball tonight, Cincinnati hosts the New York Mets at Great American Ballpark. Starters are expected to be Luke Weaver for the Reds and Max Scherzer for the Mets. Both teams are mired in slumps. Yesterday in the National League, Mitch Keller threw a complete game shutout as the Pirates snapped a 7-game losing streak by shutting out the Rockies 2-0. Cardinals won their second straight game 3-1 over the Cubs. It was the Brewers 9, Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks 5, Marlins 2, and the Nationals 5, Giants 2. American League scores: Tigers 6, Guardians 1, Angels 6, Astros 4, Yankees 7, A's 2, Rangers 2, Mariners 1, Rays 3, Orioles 7. That's Tampa Bay's 7th shutout of the season. And the Royals beat the White Sox 12-5. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Now it's time for great quotes in history. Give me liberty or give me death. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And McDonald's has a new hot and spicy McChicken and strawberry shortcake McFlurry. Now that's my type of quote. The brand new hot and spicy McChicken. Follow that up with a cool relief of the strawberry shortcake McFlurry. Brand new McFlurry flavor with strawberry flavored clusters and crispy buttery shortbread cookies. The new hot and spicy McChicken and the strawberry shortcake McFlurry at McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg.
Here's a simple truth about higher education. If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. From 6-week certificates to 2- or 4-year degrees. There's an option for you. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
All right, it's brought to you by our friends at Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road, right here in Danville. Partly sunny, high of 76, low tonight 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 78. Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 82. It's 7:50 in the morning. It's 65 degrees here in Danville. And got the magic window open here in the studio. Got a nice breeze. And Jenny Holland is in studio with us as well, getting a nice breeze as well. So, happy to have Jenny on here. Good morning, Jenny. How are you?
Good morning, Joe.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah.
Okay, I can't hear my earphones.
Okay, I can try to turn you up here. I don't know which knob it is, but
Thanks for having me today. Oh, I can hear now. I
got
can
it now?
hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, Jenny, you all had a city commission meeting.
We did.
Last night, and I know there's been a lot of discussions still involving streetscape and many other topics. I was not at the meeting, so Jenny will let you run through what happened yesterday at the Danville City Commission meeting.
I'll run through some highlights.
Okay.
Has the Humane Society been here, Joe, and talked about their different programs, like the Doggies Day Out?
Yeah, Carrie Koo comes on here every second Friday of the month.
Great. Okay. It was great getting an update from her about the Doggy Day Out. So I'm glad she updates the community here. We had a proclamation for National Police Week, which is this the 14th through the 20th.
Okay.
Really honoring our police. And if the community would like to come out to Bellevue Cemetery May 19th, next Friday, it's Fallen Officer Memorial.
Okay.
And we've had 2 fallen officers here over time in Bull County.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be at 2 o'clock the 19th at Bellevue.
Okay.
So I hope you can join us.
Yes.
We also had a proclamation. It's National Child Care Provider Appreciation Day. And we wanted to appreciate the child care providers. There's not enough of them.
No,
it's
not.
a tough job. They have a tough time having employees and finding people.
Trying to get kids in a nursery or preschool or whatever it may be. It's a tough task nowadays.
Yes, huge waiting. And so we wanted to appreciate them. Many are small, independent business owners.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I hope to see more people stepping into that field. There's a huge need.
Yeah.
Huge need. The tennis complexes are almost complete.
Okay.
We may have a ribbon cutting as soon as next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
So those are at the old fairgrounds location,
At the old fairgrounds.
Okay.
Yep. There's going to be a tournament court.
Nice.
And playing courts. Yes.
So are those when they're open, they are open to the public?
Absolutely.
Like the public can just go there and play whenever they want, assuming there's not a tennis match or a school meet or something like that, right?
Right. There's going to be there's going to be a fence, I believe, around the tournament court. But yes, open to the public. That's who it's for.
Good.
Parks and Rec will have some classes.
Okay.
I'm very excited about it.
Good.
Nice and outside. So, and have you driven downtown in the last day or two?
Going to be honest, I try not to, but I saw pictures, some of it on Facebook, that trees are going in now?
Trees, yes,
Okay.
and landscape. It'll take a little bit, but there's already trees. So thank goodness, because now's the time to plant, if not a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So most people are very excited about that.
Uh-huh.
So, and that was about all. The rest of the things were kind of boring. Oh, we are going to demo the old fire station very soon. It's going to take a little bit of time, so they might do it in a week or wait till after brass band.
Okay.
Because we don't want more messes.
Yeah, maybe wait till after brass band at this
right,
point. Yeah.
Right. And then it's going to be a gravel lot.
Okay, I was going to ask what's going to go there. So just more parking?
Right now, more parking.
All right.
Yes, which is a need.
Yeah. So, streetscape, I know, again, the goal was brass band. They're planting the trees. It seems like they're close. I mean, I don't know. When I drive by, it seems like they're not close, but they're planting trees, so it seems like they're kind of close. I don't know what the timeline's supposed to look like, where the trees are supposed to be planted in the whole grand scheme of things, but is it going to be done by brass band?
Main Street is supposed to be done.
All right.
But 4th Street will not be.
Okay.
That will be one more month.
All right.
Because they're burying the power lines.
Yeah.
And in the fall, the new lights are arriving. They're on back order.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Main Street should be done by brass band.
Yes.
4th Street will not be.
Correct.
But Main Street will be. Jenny, you'll enjoy this. When I was in Florida recently, I saw a guy wearing a Bengals jersey. And I said, are you a Bengals fan? Not a whole lot of Bengals fans in Florida. So I said, you a Bengals fan? And he said, yeah, I am. I said, well, I'm not a Bengals fan. I'm from Kentucky, though. There's a lot of Bengals fans here in Kentucky where I'm from. And he said, I'm from Kentucky, too. And I said, really? Where are you from? He said, Independence, Kentucky. And this is in northern Kentucky. And I said, I'm from Danville. He said, I drive through Danville every Wednesday. He said, I'm a beer delivery driver. He said, so if you see the big semi-truck parked in the middle of Main Street delivering beer to the pizza pub or to Copper and Oak, whatever, he said, that's me. I'm the one driving that vehicle. And so I said, how do you like driving around downtown? He said, it is an absolute mess. Here I am, like 13 hours from home, talking about driving through downtown Danville at the outlet malls in Florida. So this is, welcome news that Main Street will be done, over the next 3-4 weeks or so by the time the Brass Band Festival gets here.
Main Street, yes.
Yeah, Main Street will be. Yeah.
Very welcome. And isn't that crazy that you meet someone on vacation?
Yes.
That comes through
talking
Danville.
about driving through Danville. So 29 ginkgo trees were there. They were removed.
Correct.
Apparently putting in northern red oak, Shumard oaks, which I've never heard of before, chinkapin oaks, never heard of before, black gums, sounds like a disease. Black gum disease. Little leaf lindens and lace bark elm trees. So they're not going to all be the same trees. They're going to be different trees then.
Yes.
Down Main Street. That'd be cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I saw how they are actually going to be encased almost in each square.
Yes.
Well, the roots will not ever go beyond the square.
Yeah, the picture right here kind of shows, if you go to the City of Danville Facebook page, it shows like they're almost sitting in, there's a hole where the trunk is, and they're sitting in almost this metal box. And then they're going to put, of course, the concrete tiles or whatever over it, which is what will walk onto the sidewalk. But it's an interesting design.
It is, because, the former ginkgos, of course, were awful because they, quote, dropped stinkies everywhere.
Yeah.
But also the roots got into the electrical systems and everything had to be replaced. Yeah. So these will not go beyond the square.
I am impressed, though, when I do drive by Main Street, like when you see it coming together and you realize how nice it's going to look when it is all said and done. Like when it's done, how nice the sidewalks are going to look. You know, it's really going to make downtown beautiful.
It'll
even more
be
beautiful than it was.
walking friendly
Yeah.
and much safer.
Yeah.
You won't have to. The design was so people would not get hit crossing the road. They
Yes,
would be
yeah.
visible, and just have plenty of room for not only eating but walking and, pushing strollers and bringing your doggies and. There's going to be a lot of room, and it's designed for people.
Yeah, and
not cars.
I already have an event designed for people as well downtown. The Downtown Downbeats last Thursday, I've heard, was a phenomenal success. I wasn't able to make it, but great success for that. You have the third Thursdays as well. So, the streetscape, the projects, the downtown events, the organizations all coming together, and that's exactly what it's for.
That's what it's for. So you can really go to some great events the first Thursday of the month, Downtown Downbeat concerts, and the third Thursday, shopping. Shops are open late, and great times, great things going on. Wow, great bands.
Yes. Yeah, great music.
Several hundreds of people out there.
And
it was great.
Highly encouraged when you go to those. If you want something to eat or get something to drink, visit one of the local downtown restaurants that have been hit hard by the streetscape projects, and make sure that you patronize those great businesses. Jenny, if people have any questions for you, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure, Joe. You can get in touch with all of the City Commission at 238-1200. Call City Hall. And also, every one of us has our own email. First initial, last name. So mine's jholland@danvilleky.gov. And every commissioner, first initial, last name at danvilleky.gov.
There you go. Jenny Holland, Danville City Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem, joins us in studio every other Tuesday, every second and fourth Tuesday, I guess, of the month following Danville City Commission meetings. Jenny, appreciate you being on.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Absolutely. It's 7:59 in the morning. Coming up at the 8 o'clock hour, we have Georgia from the library. We have Randy with Randyisms. At 8:40, James the Gardener with gardening tips. In the 9 o'clock hour, Dusty and Stiff Funeral Home will be on here chit-chatting with us through the 9 o'clock hour. We are halfway home here on the Joe Show. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. Top Hour News is 30 seconds away on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Get ready for the great outdoors with our Rootology sinus and allergy support products. Or try our DEET-free, all-natural bug repellents that are safe for the whole family. We even have a natural bug repellent for dogs, which is specially formulated to repel mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and ticks. Enjoy the great outdoors naturally by visiting your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center, located on 4th Street next to Sears.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The Texas legislature took action Monday on gun legislation. More from Mark Mayfield.
A bill that would raise the age needed to buy an assault weapon has passed out of committee. It was once thought dead in the water. The vote was 8-5, with 2 Republicans voting in favor. That pushes the legislation to the House floor for a debate. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Jury deliberations are expected to begin today in the New York civil rape trial involving former President Trump. Closing arguments wrapped up Monday as a lawyer for writer E. Jean Carroll told jurors that Carroll was exactly Trump's type. Carroll alleges Trump raped her in a Manhattan department store in the 1990s and defamed her years later. Trump denies any wrongdoing. He claims Carroll made up the story to sell copies of her book. President Biden is making his first public comments about the Hollywood writers' strike since it began last week during a White House screening of the television show American-Born Chinese Monday. The president emphasized the power of stories and the importance of treating storytellers with the dignity, respect, and value they deserve. 2 people are dead, 5 are wounded after a mass shooting at a birthday party at a home in San Bernardino County, California. This neighbor was at the party for about an hour, but left before the shooting started.
Everybody was saying, excuse me, being polite. That's what caught me off guard, was that the shooting happened. It sounded like a bunch of fireworks, to be honest. That's how bad it was.
The shooting happened in Adelanto early Sunday morning. 2 20-year-old men died. The surviving victims are between 14 and 40 years old. No suspects have been identified. The NBA postseason continued with 2 teams taking commanding 3-1 series leads in the conference semifinals. In the East, the Heat downed the Knicks 109-101 in Miami. Out West, Anthony Davis and the Lakers defeated Steph Curry and the Warriors 104-101 in Game 4 in L.A. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Paid for by Kelly Craft for governor.
There's a clear choice in the race for governor. My opponents, career politicians who'd rather follow than lead. Kentucky has big challenges to tackle, and it's going to take a leader to solve them. I've spent my career doing just that. A proven leader who negotiated trade deals that created Kentucky jobs. A conservative that stood up to the Chinese Communist Party, and an outsider not owned by the establishment. Kentucky needs proven leadership, not more politicians.
Maybe you're not one of those frequent flyers, but sometimes you just want to hit the beach or see your new granddaughter or go to that out-of-state wedding. Whatever the reason for your getaway, if it involves flying in the U.S. or visiting a military base after May 7th, 2025, you'll need a Kentucky Real ID driver's license or an ID that is Real ID compliant. Make a plan to get your Kentucky Real ID now. Go to realidky.com.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he's deploying another National Guard unit to the border for this week's end of Title 42. More from Brian Shook.
The public health rule has been used to expedite deportations, and without it, there are worries about a surge of illegal immigration. The governor says the Texas Tactical Border Force will focus on stopping asylum seekers from crossing illegally into the country. The Biden administration estimates that 13,000 people will come across the border illegally on a daily basis once Title 42 expires on Thursday. I'm Brian Shook.
President Biden is making his first public comments about the Hollywood writers' strike since it began last week.
I sincerely hope the writers' strike in Hollywood gets resolved and the writers are given a fair deal they deserve as soon as possible.
Biden made the comments Monday during a White House screening of the television show American-Born Chinese. He emphasized the power of stories and the importance of treating storytellers with the dignity, respect, and value they deserve. Thousands of Writers Guild of America members went on strike amid negotiations for a new contract that includes better pay. Elon Musk is cutting the ribbon on a new battery plant in Texas that will someday power his Tesla electric vehicles. Trey Thomas reports.
The first of its kind factory will produce battery-grade lithium.
Battery-grade lithium actually has to be extremely precise, because if you have any impurities, it causes degradation of the battery.
He says the availability of battery-grade lithium will be a choke point in the electric car world. The mineral, he says, is abundant, but there's a lack of refineries to process it. The $375 million plant outside Corpus Christi is set to open next year. I'm Trey Thomas.
A finance company is looking for someone to binge watch all of the Fast and Furious movies in exchange for $1,000. Finance Buzz recently put out a job listing for a Fast and Furious claims adjuster. Michael Kastner, NBC.
Wasting your tax dollars. That's what liberal politicians do. Conservative Mark Metcalf is running for state treasurer to stop the waste. A combat veteran, prosecutor, and Trump Republican, Mark Metcalf will get our fiscal house in order. He'll stop illegals from siphoning away tax dollars. He'll divest state resources from woke corporations. And Mark Metcalf isn't afraid to take on the Biden agenda. He's prosecuted criminals in courtrooms and served our country in Iraq. As a principled conservative, he won't back down to the radical left. Mark Metcalf will rip tax dollars from schools pushing critical race theory and sexualizing our children. He'll fight for Kentucky's coal miners. He's tough. He's unwavering. Mark Metcalf is an outsider who will take on the woke left. We don't need a politically correct bureaucrat. We need a tough conservative fighter. With Mark Metcalf, that's exactly what we'll get.
Paid for by Mark Metcalf for state treasurer.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Chloe's Petals for Hope sponsors a self-group. Support, encourage, listen, and fellowship for ages 19 to 30 at Campbellsville University Harrodsburg campus behind Steak and Shake the second Monday of every month from 6 until 7 p.m. Follow us on Facebook and look at our website, Chloe's Petals for Hope, for more information. For help, call the crisis hotline 988.
Hey folks, Cliffhead Irvin with Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers in Lancaster. We proudly support our home team Lions on the field and off. If you are looking to buy, sell, or auction your property, no one sells it better. Our professional agents can help you navigate the home buying or selling process while taking the stress off of you. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at irvingroup.com.
The Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It's the 9th day of May. May the 9th. Cloudy skies. Nice breeze blowing through the magic window this morning. And we are in the mid-70s as a high. Forecast is coming your way. News is coming up next. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department training room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The City of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrodsburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrodsburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrodsburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Thank you for that, Rebecca. It's brought to you by our friends at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. You get cloudy skies right now. Mix of sunshine in there with it. 76 is a high. A low tonight of 48. Sunshine tomorrow. High of 78. Thursday, partly sunny and 82. Right now, it's 8:11 in the morning. It's 65 degrees in Danville. And Georgia is on the telephone from the library. Good morning, Georgia. How are you?
I am doing great. How about you today, Joe?
Doing great, Georgia. Doing great. Appreciate you being on this morning, giving us an update from the Boyle County Public Library. George, tell us what's going on.
All right. Well, tonight we are hosting our good friends, the Boyle County Writers. So if you are a writer, if you are an aspiring writer, and you want to get some good feedback from folks who practice the craft of writing, tonight's your opportunity. Join us at 5:30. Paul Stansberry leads a great group. You can read your work and get some constructive criticism from fellow writers. And that's perfect timing because May is the month where we celebrate Kentucky writers all across the country. The library is happy to be one of the locations for the Jean Penn Lane Celebration of Kentucky Writers. That's going to be happening on May 20th. You're going to get to hear some wonderful Kentucky writers, all genres, all types of writing. It's going to be a great weekend to celebrate Kentucky literature. Now, in May, we have a lot of fun happening with, if you like to download books, download music, download TV series, we have a great product called Hoopla. It is a great database. You can download ebooks, audiobooks, comics, TV series all month long. And there's a special collection of hundreds of titles that are unlimited normally. A patron of the Boyle County Library can download 8 titles a month as part of our agreement with Hoopla. During May, there are hundreds of additional titles that you can download all month long for free. So it's a great opportunity to try out Hoopla, a great database that's going to be a lot of fun to use over the upcoming summer. Now, we are getting ready for our summer reading program, so make sure you have your library card. Make sure you get library cards for those young children in your family, and then get ready for our summer reading kickoff. May 31st is going to start 2 months of great summer activities. So Wednesday, May 31st, 5:30 in the library park. We're going to have a lot of fun outside and get you signed up for our summer reading program. The brochure for all of our summer events, all summer long, is on our website. You can stop by the library, pick up a copy, make your plans, get your family ready. There are great prizes to be won, lots and lots of books to be chosen. It's going to be a great summer. The theme is All Together Now, which is all about friendship and the camp life. So we're going to turn the library into a summer campground this year. There's a lot going on at the library. We are looking forward to seeing everybody downtown.
There you go. We love it. Georgia with the Boyle County Public Library. George, appreciate you being on, and we'll talk to you again next Tuesday, okay?
That sounds great. Everybody have a wonderful week.
You too, Georgia. Bye.
Thank you.
Georgia DeRicio with the Boyle County Public Library, updating us every Tuesday morning right here on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News, Talk, Sports. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, who is the founder and creator of Facebook, is apparently also pretty good at some martial arts, particularly jiu-jitsu. And he just recently won a jiu-jitsu tournament. This is a true story. That's now causing these major networks to look at Mark Zuckerberg and say, maybe we can make a new game show using American billionaires. American Billionaire Ninja Warrior. Would you watch that? Check out this promo.
Coming to TV, the wealthiest people in the world compete to take on the toughest obstacle course around. It's American Billionaire Ninja Warrior.
And Mark Zuckerberg is stretching, ready to take on Elon Musk. And oh wait, Mark Zuckerberg has ordered his personal assistant to take his place. And his assistant is on the monkey bars. Uh-oh, it looks like Elon Musk's chauffeur is gaining on him.
You'll be at the edge of your seat for this no-holds-barred battle.
And it's Warren Buffett's personal chef versus Bill Gates' housekeeper in a boxing match. And oh no, the housekeeper just took a right hook. But she's been tagged out by the pilot of Jeff Bezos' private jet.
It's American Billionaire Ninja Warrior. Don't miss it.
There you go, American Ninja Warrior featuring the billionaires. Let's see what's going on in the Sort of Sports Report. This morning, starting off with the NBA, where tonight the NBA lineup of playoff games features 2 series each. 2 games apiece knotted up. The Sixers at Celtics, 7:30 Eastern tonight. The Suns and Nuggets, 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. Both of those series, again, tied up at 2 games apiece. Speaking of the Nuggets, there will be no Game 5 suspension for Denver Nuggets star Nikola Jokic. In the second quarter of Game 4, Jokic received a technical foul when he tried to snatch the ball from Phoenix Suns owner Matt Ishbia, who had courtside seats, and hit the owner with his elbow. Ishbia had publicly commented that he didn't want to see any punishment for what went down and said it wouldn't be right if punishment was handed down by the league. So, for what it's worth, even the guy involved didn't want Jokic to be suspended. In Spain, the organizers of a women's 7K race are apologizing after some felt the gifts offered up as prizes for winners were, well, a tad sexist. Over 32,000 women participated in the race, which was won by Serbian national Ivana Zagorok with a time of 24 minutes and 7 seconds. For her efforts, she won a food processor, which was donated by a sponsor. Other finishers were given food products that were 0% fat, with the implication to some being, here's a kitchen appliance and don't put on any weight. Race organizers apologized, quote, if any women felt offended, but also maintained that they consider this product with no sexist character and ideal for any athlete who wants to improve nutritional habits, which, makes sense, I guess. And who are some players and teams to watch as the MLB trade season nears? Lucas Giolito with the White Sox, he's a pitcher. Aroldis Chapman, the former Reds closer with the Royals. And C.J. Cron, first baseman for the Rockies, amongst the names being touted by the Athletics' Jim Bowden. More sports coming up right now with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram. Take it away, Steve.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Pre-Kentucky Derby favorite Forte may be knocked out of running in the Preakness Stakes. He was scratched from the Derby the morning of the race. Now he's been placed on a 14-day close watch. Derby winner Mage is most likely headed to Baltimore for the Preakness Stakes. He'll be looking for the second jewel of the Triple Crown. In the NBA Conference semifinals yesterday, the Miami Heat are just a win away from the East Finals. The 8th-seeded Heat down the New York Knicks 109-101 to go up 3-1. In the West, the surprising L.A. Lakers are just a win away from the conference finals. The Lakers beat the Warriors 104-101 last night to lead that series 3-1. In Major League Baseball tonight, Cincinnati hosts the New York Mets at Great American Ballpark. Starters are expected to be Luke Weaver for the Reds and Max Scherzer for the Mets. Both teams are mired in slumps. Yesterday in the National League, Mitch Keller threw a complete game shutout as the Pirates snapped a 7-game losing streak by shutting out the Rockies 2-0. Cardinals won their second straight game 3-1 over the Cubs. It was the Brewers 9, Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks 5, Marlins 2, and the Nationals 5, Giants 2. American League scores: Tigers 6, Guardians 1, Angels 6, Astros 4, Yankees 7, A's 2, Rangers 2, Mariners 1, Rays 3, Orioles 7. That's Tampa Bay's 7th shutout of the season. And the Royals beat the White Sox 12-5. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hometown Radio's Big Deals offer is out of this world. It's Cosmic Bowling. Experience bowling with an outer space-like atmosphere. Black lights, strobe lights, and pattern lights accent the hit music that beats over the speakers. The lights and music effects make it an out-of-the-world experience. It's all at Galaxy Bowling and Entertainment Center in Richmond. Go have a lot of family fun with our Big Deals Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party. The party includes 2 hours of bowling, bowling shoes for up to 6 people, a large pizza, and a pitcher of soda. The retail value is $85. At Big Deals online store, get the Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party for just $49. Yes, $49. What a deal. It's a big deal out of this world. Shop and save at Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net, hometownlive.net.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Big deals at hometownlive.net. This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Get ready for the great outdoors with our Rootology sinus and allergy support products. Or try our DEET-free, all-natural bug repellents that are safe for the whole family. We even have a natural bug repellent for dogs, which is specially formulated to repel mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and ticks. Enjoy the great outdoors naturally by visiting your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center, located on 4th Street next to Sears.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends that are hanging out over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's, where everyone in the family has certified something to tastify their taste buds. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass, a great steak truly is just the beginning. Cloudy skies today, 76 and 48 is the high and low. Tomorrow, sunshine, 78. Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 82. Right now, it's 8:22 in the morning. Randy Graham is in studio. The thoughts of Randy Graham, and these are Randy Graham's thoughts.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. Heroes, Joe, often an overused word to describe individuals that are just performing their job. Like in Jefferson County, once saw a recruiting sign saying, "Be a hero, join the fire department." Not that anyone who would join would not be one if the opportunity presented itself, but just suggesting that your joining makes one a hero is almost an insult to intelligence, although a noble profession. No, we never know who will rise to hero status, because it's when opportunity and preparedness meet that brings out the hero that was always inside the individual. But thank goodness for heroes, Joe. Like, for example, this former Marine who took down this thug harassing people on the New York subway. Did you hear about this? Unfortunately, the man who was taken down died, in part due probably to a drug-induced intoxication. But now mainstream media and protesters are trying to crucify the hero. One news source trying to dig up dirt on him, but unable to do so, as a former Marine who served with him said, knowing him, he probably was trying to help others on the subway. But the press highlighted the subway terrorist as a Michael Jackson impersonator. And politicians and self-proclaimed experts calling the hero's actions racism. Well, throw up. But we now know the subway terrorist has been arrested over 40 times, broken a 67-year-old woman's nose and eye socket with a punch to her face, and served time for trying to kidnap a young girl. And then while terrorizing people, yelling at them that he's ready to go to prison for life, he was fortunately taken down by an American veteran, a real American hero, who happens to be of the Caucasian race, along with apparently Hispanic, who helped out as well. Oh, the games people and the press play now. But thank goodness for heroes. And you know, it's interesting, talking about another American hero. For example, Benedict Arnold, whose name is now synonymous with the word traitor. Ah, yes, indeed, but he was an American hero. If you know history, and while I often share that if the study of math and sciences will give America a technological edge in the future, it'll be the study of history that will keep that future free. But Benedict Arnold was an American hero of the Canada campaign and the Battle of Saratoga. His exploits leading to victory, which led to France entering the war on our side, helping ensure American independence. Unfortunately, Arnold's leg was injured in that battle, but Washington considered him his best field commander, as did the British, and Washington considered him a friend. But marrying a loyalist to the British cause, who was a friend of a British spy, and Arnold being bitter for his exploits not being recognized and Congress discrediting his name, Arnold agreed to turn the stronghold of West Point over to the British and render his service to the British Army. But had that musket ball hit his heart instead of his leg at the Battle of Saratoga, he would have gone down in history as one of our greatest American heroes. Tragic story, but heroes. Like, for example, tomorrow, Joe, a big day for those interested in presidential politics, as our own Congressman Jamie Comer, another hero who is heading the House Oversight Committee, will be holding a press conference exposing through a whistleblower that President Biden was paid money to conduct business for a foreign country while vice president. Oh, yes, and then later at 8 o'clock, former President Donald Trump will be holding a town hall on all stations, CNN, better known to some as the Communist News Network, having not had an interview by that station since 2016. But now a town hall. Rather interesting turn of events. But Jamie Comer, our congressional representative here in the 1st District, I mean, what a blessing he's been as chairman of the House Oversight Committee. Talking timing, bringing out the hero that was already the person. Because former South Carolina Representative Trey Gowdy would have headed up that committee, and others, had they decided not to run for office. But as destiny had it, Comer is running the show, showing that bringing someone to the forefront is often a matter of coincidence or perhaps of God's way of working things out in his perfect timing. But Comer announced that he and Senator Chuck Grassley will be having a press conference tomorrow that will show that the influence peddling with other countries goes all the way up to the President Biden, thanks to the whistleblower coming forward, which some listeners might not be aware, since so many so-called mainstream media sources refuse to cover the story, but not here, Joe, as a Central Kentucky voice of truth, common sense, and reason. But, Joe, it wasn't surprising that Comer would be a bulldog when he became head of the Oversight Committee, because in the last days of him being Agriculture Commissioner, after being defeated in the Republican gubernatorial primary by Matt Bevin, dear old Dad and I was in a meeting with him, Dad having served with Comer in the General Assembly when Dad was state representative for the Frankfort area. But during that meeting, the subject of the previous Agriculture Commissioner came up, who was also a Republican, and who had been found guilty of corruptive practices and abusing his office. But it was fellow Republican Comer who had asked the state auditor to come in and investigate what happened. But I remember him turning to Dad and saying, Gippy, when I came into this office, even the big screen television set had been removed. And without betraying confidence in the communication, Comer said, if it wasn't investigated, it would have come back on someone else. And being a student of human nature, par excellence, which I think is French for meaning real good, I knew the Biden crime family was going to have met its match when the Republicans regained control of the House of Representatives, with Comer being chairman of the Oversight Committee. But a credible FBI whistleblower has come forward claiming a document exists that shows Biden was paid to influence government decisions, giving hope that the FBI, from the efforts of this FBI informant, another hero, giving hope that the FBI can still be referred to as a Federal Bureau of Investigation instead of being redefined as the federal bullies of intimidation, with what we have been witnessing in real time over the past few years. But proof shows that Biden was paid money in exchange for policy while vice president, and considering they now have over 170 suspicious activity reports of bank receipts where banks had suspicious wire transfers that caused them to be flagged, they have discovered that at least 9, potentially 12 Biden family members have had money wired to their bank accounts from foreign countries. And you might ask, well, why have we not heard this before? Well, because obviously mainstream media is in bed with the Biden crime family, talking about an image that would kill a romantic moment for any couple. But thanks to Comer in the House Oversight Committee, for example, now we know Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, who at the time of the last presidential election was a Biden campaign advisor, along with former Deputy Director of the CIA, Mike Morrell, got 51 former intelligence officers to lie on a letter stating the Hunter Biden laptop looked like Russian disinformation. And there's now an email discovered between Mike Morrell, who wrote the letter for the Biden campaign, and former CIA director under Obama, John Brennan, sharing that he was putting together a letter for Biden to use as a talking point in his debate with Trump to discredit the laptop story, in case it were to come up during the debate, which it did. And Brennan responded to Morrell, yes, I will sign it, and complimented him for his quick thinking and effort to manipulate by lies to you or we, the American people, to help Biden get elected. Makes one wonder when government officials step across the line like Benedict Arnold into the definition of treason, doesn't it? Which brings me back to Benedict Arnold, who George Washington felt was his most ablest field commander. That had that musket ball hit his heart instead of his leg would have gone down in history as one of America's greatest heroes, but whose now name is synonymous with traitor. For his treason, General George Washington was willing to hang him if he was able to catch him. Makes one wonder that if this information shows Biden is guilty, and if Joe Biden will ever have to suffer the same consequences as the American hero and traitor, Benedict Arnold.
Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham. Randy Graham's thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays here on WHIR Danville. It's 8:31 in the morning. Bottom hour news is underway.
Mental health issue.
Sadly, we've had a crisis in families. We've had a crisis in faith. And when people fill their hearts with something other than God, they fill them with hate, they fill it with anger, they fill it with whatever, then we see these problems.
Meanwhile, Ryan Quarles touted his agriculture department's mental health program.
I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. It's in the Constitution for a reason. I'm a gun owner myself. And I think that we need to help reset the dialogue on mental health in Kentucky. At the Department of Agriculture, 2 years ago, we actually started a mental health awareness program called Raising Hope. You can Google it, Raising Hope KY.
Attorney General Daniel Cameron and former UN Ambassador Kelly Craft both declined their invitation. Police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing Pike County man. Officials say 37-year-old Jared Moon's family has not heard from him since last Monday, May 1st, when he sent them a text. Police believe he was on his way to West Virginia's Logan County for a job interview at the time. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where is this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department training room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The City of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrisburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrisburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrisburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hey guys, life is too short for department store jewelry. You can get quality with great savings at B&L Jewelers. Now you know, if you get her that hollow illusion diamond ring from the department store, she will have tears, all right. But they are not tears of joy. They will be tears of disappointment. Make sure the tears you get will be remembered for a long time to come as the best gift ever. This is Lauren. Here at B&L Jewelers, we know that love is special, and we cherish it dearly. That's why we have the best selection of jewelry in 5 counties just for you. Did you know that here you can have value without giving up quality? That's right, you can. We have quality jewelry that will fit any budget. We make it work for you very easily. We offer several financing options. As always, we offer 12 months same as cash, free layaway for 6 months with a small down payment. Plus, you get a free lifetime guarantee on all diamond jewelry purchases, free sizing, free lifetime jewelry inspection and cleaning, free jewelry appraisal. So, if that special someone is really special, come see us at B&L Jewelers, where we can make those tears of joy. B&L Diamond Jewelers, Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Have you heard the news? Action Properties Services is your fully insured home and business general contracting dream. Action Property Services has over 70 years combined experience in excavating, concrete repair, landscaping, drainage improvements, land clearing, sidewalk repairs, demolition, and so much more. The names you know and trust, Robert, Danny, and James Preston, take pride in the craftsmanship of their work. Get a free estimate and find out more about actionpropertyservices.org, your general contracting specialists.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school baseball Wednesday night, we're at Titan Field as the Anderson County Bearcats take on the Mercer County Titans in baseball action. 6 o'clock first pitch, a game we'll have on 99.5 FM WHBN. And we end the regular season Friday night, Russell County at Boyle County. 6 o'clock first pitch, a game on Z105 WRNZ FM, and all games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by the HVAC outlet right here in Danville. The best ductless mini splits you can install yourself, or they can help you with installation. They're one of the largest distributors in the state of Kentucky. They also have heat pumps with 10-year parts warranties and financing available. Call before you buy anywhere else. Get the outlet price from the HVAC outlet in Danville. 859-209-1112. Cloudy skies, a high of 76, a low tonight 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 78. Thursday, partly sunny, and a high of 82. It's 8:30 in the morning, 65 degrees in Danville, and Wedding Planning with Pim is coming your way right now.
Hi, I'm Pim Pfister-Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. When determining your wedding guest list head count, allowing for single wedding guests to bring their significant others can get tricky. Etiquette books say that only engaged and married couples should be allowed to bring their partners, but in real life, the etiquette books can cause headaches. The best approach is to write and guest only on the invitations of single guests who are involved in serious relationships. Do you want to pay $100 for a 16-year-old niece to bring her boyfriend of the week? What about your parents' long list of friends and acquaintances? Couples complain that they had to leave off some of their college friends, all because their parents had to invite their friends and clients. Now they're not invited to their friends' weddings. The couple's input on the list should be paramount, even if parents are picking up the lion's share of the wedding expenses. As parents of the bride and groom, you may feel strongly about having your best friends present at the wedding, but when every person counts, the bride and groom will want to be surrounded on this day by their loved ones. My love note, don't make the mistake of inviting people to your wedding thinking they won't be able to attend. Many people do this expecting to get no's in the mail, but get yeses, resulting in an overbooked wedding and a gigantic problem.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizzo, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin. That's my new place. Nothing is everything.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school baseball Wednesday night, we're at Titan Field as the Anderson County Bearcats take on the Mercer County Titans in baseball action. 6 o'clock first pitch, a game we'll have on 99.5 FM WHBN. And we end the regular season Friday night, Russell County at Boyle County. 6 o'clock first pitch, a game on Z105 WRNZ FM, and all games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
Big changes are coming to the HVAC industry.
The minimum efficiency rating of equipment is increasing nationwide.
If your HVAC system is more than 8 years old, or if you would like a quote on upgrading your current system, call ADA Heating and Air.
Upgrading to a new, more efficient system now will save you money immediately on your utility bills and may qualify you for tax credits in 2023.
Call ADA Heating and Air for a free estimate.
ADA's on the way.
Has the cold weather had you in the house too long? If so, come on out and have fun at Brightleaf Golf Resort. Stop in the pro shop to take advantage of the local specials of 18 holes with a cart for $40 or 9 holes on the par 3 course for only $12. While you're out, stop in and take a look at the remodeled rooms. Keep them in mind when friends and family are in town. The 19th hole restaurant is open so you can grab some food, good old country meat and veggies, dine in and carry out. Daily passes and memberships are available for the health club and pool. Give them a call at 734-5481 for more information. Hope to see you soon at Brightleaf.
Dunn's Barbecue and Catering, located in Harrisburg, Kentucky. Here for your affordable catering needs. Ribs, chicken, brisket, as well as our famous pulled pork. All sides homemade. Available for weddings, company picnics, family reunions, or just an old-fashioned pig roast. So call 859-734-3675. That's 859-734-3675. Dunn's Catering and Barbecue. 859-734-3675. I'm Sid Dunn, like Uncle Herb always used to say.
It's not barbecue until it's done.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
It's 8:43 in the morning, 238 WHIR, 238-9447, the phone number to call in. Let's see, a mom is going viral for spending $50,000 on her 9-year-old's birthday party. They had a birthday party on a yacht. $50,000, James, for a $50K yacht party.
That's too much.
Yeah, for a 9-year-old. Well, she did not shop at Party City. No, she shopped at the brand new Yacht Party City. Check out the ad for this store.
I want to throw a $50,000 yacht party for my kid, but there's no time.
Sure there is at $50,000 Yacht Party City, where you can get everything you need for your child's $50,000 yacht party.
Ahoy, mateys! Time to take this yacht into international waters.
Time to hit the open sea in the lap of luxury.
Your kids will love their $50,000 yacht party.
I can't wait to hit that solid gold pinata.
And the swim-up orange Fanta bar? Amazing!
Thanks, $50,000 Yacht Party City.
You're welcome. $50,000 Yacht Party City. Get everything you need for your $50,000 yacht party today.
There you go, James the Gardener. $50,000 Yacht Party City. How's that sound?
A
little expensive for you?
Yeah, it's no more than what's in my budget.
Okay. Let's see if any of these things are in your budget, James. Going on in the world of food, little grub gab action for you, where you can just eat it. To coincide with Sony Picture Animation's upcoming Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse feature film, Burger King is introducing 2 new menu items, the new Spider-Verse Whopper and the Spider-Verse Sundae. They'll be available beginning next Monday, May the 15th. The Spider-Verse Whopper is a flame-grilled beef patty with a red bun that's topped with black sesame seeds and melted Swiss cheese. It includes all traditional Whopper toppings. The Spider-Verse Sundae, vanilla soft-serve ice cream topped with black and red chocolate popping candies. Again, they'll be available from May 15th through June the 21st. Hershey's candies are named after the town of Hershey, Pennsylvania, and Hershey's Chocolate World. And the main attraction there is Hershey's Chocolate World. It's been around for 50 years or so. The latest addition to the lineup is now Hershey's Great Candy Expedition, which will open on May the 19th. That's a week from Friday. It's a train-themed attraction that includes Hershey's Chocolate World train station, Sweets Expedition C, Platform 73, and the Hersheyland Express. With this new addition, you can expect to taste factory-fresh Reese's products and meet the Sweets Company engineer, Fritz of Twizzlers Forest, and Judy of Jolly Rancher Junction. There's also going to be a create-your-own candy bar and the Hershey Trolley Works attraction, and there's also always Hershey's Chocolate Tour rides to enjoy. Hershey's Chocolate World also serves milkshakes, macaroni and cheese, of all things, and other food items, and a large number of souvenirs for purchase. Pretty cool. And Krispy Kreme celebrating Mother's Day with the release of an all-new Minis for Mom Donuts collection starting yesterday. The new Minis for Mom collection is available in a 16-count box. Features 3 all-new mini donuts plus a mini version of the brand's iconic original glazed donut, the new mini chocolate ice rose donut, the new mini strawberry ice heart donut, the new mini cookies and cream donut are amongst those new flavors. Krispy Kreme with a mini donut collection, Hershey's with a great candy expedition, and a new Spider-Verse Whopper and Spider-Verse Sundae being introduced by Burger King. And that's what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food where you can just eat it.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty, growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
All right, then, let's dig it, James.
What's going on, Joe?
What's up, James? I'm doing all right. How are you?
Well, ready for another day to go at it.
Okay.
Looks like the rain is gone. And
yeah.
Looks like
looks menacing, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too rainy.
According to the radar, I mean, it's done past us.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to 70 degrees and up from this point on. And, got to get out and do some weeding. Got to put some new plants in. There's just all kinds of different things that you can do this time of year because the spring garden season's into high gear at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out to, say, Lowe's to buy plants, different things that you want, a lot of people have been out there because, they just been prepped, in the house most of the winter. Then what you had the pandemic last year, had all these things that kept people inside. Now people are ready to get out.
Yeah.
And as I've told people, if you're a new gardener, don't go out and plant up, plow up, can't even get the word out, plow up an acre of land to start your garden career. Start off with something small. Start with pots, something right out the backside door, something that you can get to. Also put it to where, you will water it, as the season goes by. So make sure that you're getting these small things out of the way if you're new at it. If you've been at it a long time and you've got a great big yard just full of everything, and it's time for you to start cutting back on so many plants that you can't take care of no more, downsize. Make your life easy.
Yeah.
So this way, you're not out there, 5-6 hours a day trying to take care of your yard. Gardening is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something that you can enjoy. And you shouldn't have to spend, $2,000 or $3,000 to make your yard look good. Keep your grass cut, put a few flowers in that you like, grow a few vegetables that you like, and be happy with that. Don't spend a week, all week long trying to make sure that your garden is the best in town because that will wear you out.
Garden with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays right here
on
the Joe Show at this time. And, James, I know you have to go to Harrodsburg very quickly. This is something I pondered before, James. And, growing up as a kid, I never really liked to eat Brussels sprouts all that much, right? Brussels sprouts, they're not good. They're kind of gross. They're disgusting. Why are we eating these things? And as I get older, and now I go to restaurants, I notice Brussels sprouts are on the menus more.
Right.
I would still never order them, but I start to think, why is it that people have accepted Brussels sprouts as food that's good enough to eat?
Mm-hmm.
As in, like, tasty enough to eat.
Right.
And there's an answer for that.
Okay.
Again, if you go to a restaurant, you may see, like, fried Brussels sprouts or whatever as an appetizer. Why is it that restaurants are serving Brussels sprouts now? A TikToker asked the question, and the response he got went viral. Back in the 1990s, James, so when I was a little tot, Brussels sprouts used to be gross. But there was a Dutch scientist that identified the chemical that made Brussels sprouts gross. So Brussels sprouts were bitter, and this Dutch scientist realized there's a chemical in it that makes it bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So he bred the chemical out of Brussels sprouts.
Wow.
And crossbred the new Brussels sprouts with a variety that produced higher yields. Not long after, the world now has tons of Brussels sprouts that don't taste horrible and are now fit for human consumption. So if you're wondering why is it that Brussels sprouts, like I remember Rebecca serving them one day for like we were having dinner, and I'm thinking, Rebecca, of all the foods to serve, you're serving Brussels sprouts?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you want these people to never want to come over to her house again?
Right.
But, you know, she put the olive oil or whatever on them, and she put them
Fixed
in the
them
oven.
all up,
Yeah, they were okay. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
And I started to think these Brussels sprouts don't taste like the ones that I had to eat when I was a kid. And there's the answer. These Brussels sprouts we eat now don't have the bitter chemical in them.
Right.
They taste better, and that's why now restaurants are more confident serving Brussels sprouts, and why overall Brussels sprouts just taste better now than they did 25 years ago.
Well, you know, I don't mind Brussels sprouts every now and then. You know, I'm not going to just go to a restaurant.
I would never go to a restaurant and order them. That's just like...
Now, if it's an appetizer, I may pick up one or two, put it on my plate, and go on about my business.
Yeah.
But
like, what are you doing ordering Brussels sprouts at a restaurant? Of all the food you can order, you're getting Brussels sprouts?
Right. You're supposed to go to a restaurant and eat things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but again, with that bitter chemical out of them, people are enjoying Brussels sprouts more, which is why people are ordering them out at restaurants. So, there you have the answer, James.
Well, that sounds good to
now
me.
you know, James the Gardener, Gardening with James. Appreciate you being on.
No problem, Joe.
Yeah, it's 8:53 in the morning. We'll see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. It's coming up next.
Wasting your tax dollars. That's what liberal politicians do. Conservative Mark Metcalf is running for state treasurer to stop the waste. A combat veteran, prosecutor, and Trump Republican, Mark Metcalf will get our fiscal house in order. He'll stop illegals from siphoning away tax dollars. He'll divest state resources from woke corporations. And Mark Metcalf isn't afraid to take on the Biden agenda. He's prosecuted criminals in courtrooms and served our country in Iraq. As a principled conservative, he won't back down to the radical left. Mark Metcalf will rip tax dollars from schools pushing critical race theory and sexualizing our children. He'll fight for Kentucky's coal miners. He's tough. He's unwavering. Mark Metcalf is an outsider who will take on the woke left. We don't need a politically correct bureaucrat. We need a tough conservative fighter. With Mark Metcalf, that's exactly what we'll get.
Paid for by Mark Metcalf for state treasurer.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Is your heat or air conditioning acting up? Did you know new HVAC for your home no longer has to cost an arm and a leg? The HVAC outlet based here in Danville offers 2 and 3 ton heat pump complete change outs for $39.95 or as low as $100 a month. The HVAC outlet offers a 10-year manufacturer's warranty on all parts. Call them today, 859-209-1112, or swing by 308 Fackler Street in Danville. It's 859-209-1112. The HVAC outlet in Danville, servicing all of Central Kentucky.
Most people think water pollution is an industrial problem, but it's also a household problem. When you allow hazardous chemicals, paint, or even pet waste to wash down the storm drain, it goes directly into our water. That makes a huge mess today, and an even bigger mess for our kids to clean up tomorrow. It's time we all did our part to protect Kentucky's water. To find out how you can help, visit stormwater.ky.gov. Brought to you by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Hand to the mechanics at 315 Dilla. Hey, call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299. That's 236-2299, Danville Auto Body Shop. Partly sunny, a high of 76, a low of 48. Sunshine tomorrow, a high of 78. Thursday, partly sunny, and a high of 82. Right now, it's 8:56 in the morning. It's 64 degrees as we take a look down the timeline to see what happened on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Starting off on this date back in 1949, where we celebrate the birthday today of this American singer.
I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes.
Billy Joel is having a birthday. He's 74 years old today. And the 1980 U.S. #1 single, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. The 1983 UK #1 single, Uptown Girl. Plus 20 other U.S. and UK top 40 singles. 4 U.S. #1 albums. This one, his song, Piano Man.
We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right.
It was on this day, 1964. This artist went to #1 on the U.S. singles charts with this song.
Dolly, I can tell, Dolly, you still growing, you still growing.
Louis Armstrong at #1 on the U.S. singles chart on this date, 1964, with the song Hello, Dolly, making him the oldest artist to hit #1 at the age of 62. The song, which marked Armstrong's biggest-selling single, remained in the Billboard Hot 100 for 22 weeks, the longest stint for any track that year. On this date, 1964, Louis Armstrong went to #1 with Hello, Dolly. And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1970. This group started a 3-week run at #1 on this date, 1970, with this song. Guess who? Who was just at Norton Center for the Arts a couple of months ago. It was the group's 6th top 30 hit, the only chart topper. The song was born by accident when guitarist Randy Bachman was playing a heavy riff on the stage after he had broken a string. The other members joined in on that jam. A fan in the audience who had recorded the gig on tape presented it to the group after the show, and they developed it into a full song, which is what you hear now, called American Woman. Guess who? Louis Armstrong and Billy Joel have all made their mark on this date, May the 9th, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, Dusty at 9:10, Stitt Funeral Home at 9:35 this morning here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville, News Talk Sports.
American woman, listen what I say.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock. NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Jury deliberations are expected to start today in the Lower Manhattan civil trial where former President Donald Trump is accused of rape. Scott Pringle reports.
During closing arguments Monday, Trump's attorney pointed to a lack of evidence to support E. Jean Carroll's claim. Carroll says Trump raped her in a Manhattan store dressing room in the 1990s. Her attorney played again the famous Access Hollywood tape for jurors of Trump bragging about groping women. Trump's attorney acknowledges the crude remarks but says it does not prove Carroll's allegations. Trump claims Carroll made up the story to sell copies of her book.
Officials in Texas have identified the 8 people killed in a mass shooting at a mall near Dallas over the weekend. More from Mark Mayfield.
The group of victims includes a 3-year-old boy and 2 grade school girls. Several others were injured after a gunman wearing body armor opened fire with an AR-15 style assault weapon at Allen Premium Outlets on Saturday. The shooter, who's been identified as a 33-year-old Hispanic man, was later killed by police. Reports say he had been removed from the military over mental health issues and was a suspected neo-Nazi sympathizer. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The Texas legislature is now moving forward on gun legislation. A bill that would raise the age from 18 to 21 to buy an assault weapon passed out of committee on Monday. The vote was 8-5, with 2 Republicans voting in favor. That pushes the legislation to the House floor for a debate. It's been a priority of the Uvalde school shooting families and follows the deaths of 8 people over the weekend in that mass shooting at a Texas mall. President Biden will discuss border issues with the president of Mexico today ahead of the end of Title 42. More from Brian Shook.
Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador said the two will hold a discussion over the phone about immigration and fentanyl trafficking. Both countries are bracing for the effects of migration following the end of Title 42, which comes to an end Thursday.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This is Kentucky, where the only thing ordinary is the unexpected.
I got everything you need.
Horse country, legendary distilleries, rivers to paddle, lakes to splash and relax, big city vibes and small town charms. This is Kentucky. Come see for yourself. Plan your road trip at KentuckyTourism.com.
I got everything you need.
Congratulations, you're going to be a mom, and we're here to help every adorably tiny step of the way. Now, expectant and new mothers up to 1 year are eligible for no-cost health coverage through K-CHIP or Medicaid. Just visit us at connect.ky.gov/K-CHIP to qualify and enroll. Then sit back and relax for a minute, okay? You've got enough going on.
The father of a 9-year-old Bronx, New York boy murdered in the Dominican Republic is demanding more arrest. More from Paul DeCastro.
Family and loved ones are saying their final goodbyes to José Luis Feliz Camilo, who was fatally shot in the head during a trip last month in the DR. 6 men have been arrested and charged with murder, including one described as the boy's father's best friend. The boy's father, Sergio Luis Feliz, was in a vehicle with his son when a group of men ambushed them. The boy's father says, "We have to fight for justice," and the family wants 30 more people to be arrested. The case remains under investigation.
The Roman Catholic Diocese of Oakland, California is filing for bankruptcy as it faces 330 lawsuits alleging child sex abuse. Bishop Michael Barber said he felt Monday's filing was the best way the church can reorganize and ensure a fair and equitable outcome for survivors. He sent a letter to parishioners saying it was time to take responsibility for the damage done so everyone can move on, but made it clear the pain caused by these horrific sins will never wash away. Lori Lightfoot is saying goodbye to the Chicago mayor's office. More from Perry Williams.
The mayor gave an emotional farewell address yesterday, saying that her motivation during her time at City Hall was centered around hope.
Hope. I saw it, and importantly, I felt it in this city, in every neighborhood, in the eyes of children, our elders, of workers.
Mayor Lightfoot touted the work done by her administration, including its response to the COVID-19 pandemic and improvements made to the city finances.
The list of productions being impacted by the ongoing writers' strike is growing. In a blog post Sunday, author George R.R. Martin confirmed the writers' room for the Game of Thrones spin-off series A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight, has shut down. Michael Kastner, NBC News.
waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
What did Joe know? When did he know it? How much money did they do in business with our foreign adversaries? Our number one geopolitical foe, China. Number two geopolitical foe, Russia. Now it explains a lot about Joe Biden leveraging that $1 billion. Everyone cared about a quid pro quo, but Joe's saying you're not getting $1 billion in Ukraine unless you fire the prosecutor. Prosecutor was investigating not only Burisma, the company paying Hunter Biden, but they were investigating Hunter. And he gave them 6 hours, leveraged $1 billion tax dollars to fire the guy. They fired him. And they got their $1 billion. What are they supposed to do at that point? They needed the money desperately.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hammock, check. Arnold Palmer, check. Motorized solar shades, yes. Now get your home and patio spring ready with Blinds.com and upgrading your blind shade shutters with Blinds.com. It's a small project with a huge impact. Now relax, let Blinds.com take care of all the installation. You just click installation when you check out. So save 45% off selected products right now at Blinds.com. Save 45% off on selected products. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Good morning to you folks. It is Tuesday. It's the 9th day of May. It's 65 degrees and overcast morning for us. We've got Dusty in studio talking to us about Kentucky music. Coming up next. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department training room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The city of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive 1 pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day Day in Danville. Harrisburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrisburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrisburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris, and they'd love to give you a free quote. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. You get cloudy skies and rain showers possible today, although I think it's going to look more menacing than it's actually going to be. A high today of 76, a low tonight of 48. Tomorrow, you get sunshine, a high of 78, and on Thursday, you get partly sunny skies and a high of 82. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning, and we are looking at 65 degrees right here in Danville. And Dusty is in studio. Good morning, Dusty. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Joe. How about yourself?
You're showing off your muscles in the live stream.
Yeah, I'm sore this morning.
Oh, did you do some working out this morning?
We
Lifting
did.
weights? Yeah.
We worked out yesterday. We did chest yesterday. Then we did we did arms today, biceps and triceps.
Yeah. Well, Dusty was in studio on Friday with us as well. Before we hop into our Kentucky Music Preview Spotlight, for those who listened. Well, hold on a second.
No, I want it now.
Let me talk about it. For those that listened to the show on Friday, we made our Kentucky Derby picks based solely on the names of the horses, knowing nothing about the horses. I know a little bit about horse racing. Dusty seems to not know much at all about horse racing.
No, I don't
but I wasn't
looking
I was just looking at the names like Dusty was. So Dusty made a pick on Friday for his Derby horse, and actually I've got a clip of it, Dusty.
Okay.
This is Dusty making his pick on Friday. Here it is. 170 back in your pocket, Dusty. If Mage is the winner at 17 to 1. Mage is who you picked.
About that? I kind of like it.
You like it?
I like going with my gut.
So you can watch the Derby tomorrow. Root for Mage. If Mage wins and you don't place the bet, you're going to be real upset with yourself. $170 poorer, and I'm going to laugh at you. Yeah, so you said Mage.
I did.
You picked Mage because it was something like you like World of Warcraft or Dungeons and Dragons or something.
I'm a dork.
Like that. Yeah. So he picked Mage. And I picked two Phils because my brother's name is Philip. So I was like, well, Phil, two Phils, I'll pick him. Two Phils was leading almost the entire race. Now, the Kentucky Derby is a long race, right? So you don't necessarily want your horse to lead wire to wire because that's going to be hard to do.
Right.
But Mage led for most of the race. Two Phils led for most of the race. And then with about a quarter mile left, Mage, the number 8 horse, comes soaring in from the outside, passes two Phils, and wins the race. So Mage is the winner. Dusty picks the winner.
Yeah.
My horse comes in second. Okay. So we literally went 1-2 in the race. Now, Dusty, you said you could have done a $10 bet.
Yep.
That's what you would have done.
Yeah, I should have done.
You didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
You would have won $170 if you had put a $10 bet on Mage, $170.
And you know what else is a bummer?
What?
So I've never signed up for like TVG or anything like that.
Yeah, Twin Spires is an app too. Yeah,
Twin Spires or anything like that. I'm a podcast listener to KSR because like where I drive and do other things. It's like I don't get to listen. But they had like a thing where it's like you had bet like $200. Of like just signing up for free. You could have bet it just for free.
Yeah,
won money.
Yeah, well, it probably would have come to you. You have to make a certain number of bets. With each bet, you get more money into your account. You don't get it all at one time to bet. But still,
I could have.
I mean, you could have made money off this.
Made money off
Not only that, but if someone listening to the show on Friday would have put the Mage and two Phils exacta box, that means you pick Mage to finish first and two Phils to finish second. Now, if you box it, they can finish 1-2 or 2-1. You have them in a box.
An exacta box.
It's called an exacta. You're picking the first and the second horses.
And they have to come in exactly.
They have to come in first and second. The trifecta is first, second, and third.
Okay.
And you can box the horses if you want, which costs double the money because you're picking horses in two different places.
Right.
But if you would put the $2 exacta down on Mage and two Phils, $2. You don't even have to box it at this point. Right. $2, $330 is what you would have won for the Mage and two Phils exacta box.
They got to listen to the experts next year.
Listen to us. Right? I mean, next year, you got to put the bets down on what we say. We obviously know what we're talking about here.
I just picked it because I'm a dork.
Now, Dusty, would you have rather won $170 or a key lime pie or a chocolate meringue pie or whatever. You said chocolate meringue, then you switched to key lime because your wife likes key lime more.
Well, yeah, and then my wife, realizing that we want a pie at least, she was like, "Well, which one does he make more?" And I was like, "The chocolate."
Chocolate or lemon meringue is what I make more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't like lemon.
You don't like lemon? Okay, so chocolate meringue would be what you want.
Yeah. She wants the real tall meringue too. She had a very specific order.
Yeah. Well, that was easy to do when my kitchen wasn't roasted.
That's true. That's what I was wondering. I was like, do I need to get him things to make pies?
I can get the ingredients. That's fine.
Yeah. Do you need like a pie tin? We can get you a pie tin.
I need like a KitchenAid mixer to be able to mix my meringue together so I can get it real tall and fluffy.
You don't do it with by hand? Like,
no, I use
Grandma used to do it?
No, a KitchenAid mixer does it for me while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a KitchenAid mixer.
I had a good one.
I know. It was nice.
It was a nice one, and now it's no longer. So once I get my kitchen at the house we're staying in order, Dusty, I'll get a pie to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm hoping it's going to be this week or over the next couple. I mean, we'll get it in order over the next couple of weeks, but we'll get it to you. But Dusty does win the bet. My horse came in second, and the only way he could have won the bet is if his horse won, and his horse did win. Mage won.
Well, yeah, mine just had to beat yours, I thought.
Yes, it did. Yeah, but mine finished second, so the only way you could have won was to win the race.
Yeah.
And you did that.
And I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even watch the Kentucky
Derby. I texted you. I was at Zaxby's picking up a meal for the kids, and I texted you. I was watching the Derby in the parking lot of Zaxby's before I went in and got our meal. I ordered it ahead. Yeah, it was on my phone. And right when Mage won, I texted Dusty. I was like, man, your horse just won. You didn't even put any money down on it. And my horse came in second.
That's wild.
You could have put the $2 Exacta box down, would have won $330. And, of course, you could have put a $10 Exacta box down if you wanted to. You would have won 10 times that amount of money, right? You don't have to just put $2 down on an Exacta. You can put as much money as you want down on it.
Yeah.
So the more money you would have bet, the more money you would have won. But again, it's hard to pick winners, unless, of course, you're us.
Yeah,
we're good at it.
Yeah. What else you got? I'll pick the winners any day. What do you got? Who's playing tonight?
The Preakness Stakes is next in 2 weeks.
The Preakness?
The Preakness would be the second crown, second jewel of the Triple Crown.
The Triple Crown. I don't think Mage is going to do it. I think that Japanese horse is coming after it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see the lineup. We'll have to make sure there's no scratches the day before the Preakness. So people listen up. The day before the Preakness, Dusty and myself will pick the horses again. Go ahead and throw some money at our Exacta box here that we pick.
Some heater, yeah.
All right, Dusty, what do we have in the world of music?
Well, I mean, like there is some stuff going on. By all means, we are getting prepped for the Brass Band Festival. I heard the commercial coming in, so thanks for that. Or I guess the news update. I don't like, and I know that everybody's worried about the sidewalks and like, what are we gonna do if the sidewalks aren't finished for the Brass Band Festival? And it's like, you just deal with it. Like it's not that big of a deal. Just don't wonder. Like usually, like it's funny because Michael, our fearless leader over there at the Great American Brass Band, she walks the sidewalks from Constitution Square to Wizard Park, just so that way it's like she walks it with a guy from the county. And in the city, like the day before, it's just to make sure, like, you know, there's not some just random...
No hazards.
Right, no hazards. And then they have to, like, also mark off things because apparently people just wander into construction sites.
I don't know what would compel somebody to do that.
I'm like, okay, it's obvious it's all torn up. Like, what are you doing? So they have to put up, like, those barricade-looking things and, like, the orange mesh net, which I was just always amazed. Like, who thinks, like, oh, let me just step right through here, right? Yeah. But anyway, so Brass Band's coming up. We're super excited for that. And then, of course, the rest of it happens down there in Center Lawn. And so we're handling the Thursday night. It kicks off with Power Play.
Okay.
And then we're heading down. We're taking care of Friday as well with everything there at Wizard Park. And then Saturday, you know, all that stuff kicks off there. And then Sunday, I think we're still at Center, which I didn't even know. To be honest, I didn't know Sunday was a thing. Because I just always went to church. I didn't know that you could go to, like, brass band stuff on
Sunday. Have a Sunday church service.
Yeah, exactly.
Church service,
yeah. Are you going to drum for them?
No. I'm going to go to my church, probably.
Okay. Just
I would assume, yeah. That's
right.
June the 4th. Sunday, June the 4th, I think, would be that Sunday. So,
yep.
It'd
be good stuff. So if you're looking for stuff to do this week, for last Friday we previewed Swift Silver. They're going to be playing at the Legacy Grove Park there in Winchester. So it's a Winchester event, and that is May 9th, which is tonight. You can go see them tonight, by all means. And then you got Paul, okay, how would you say C-A-U-T-H-E-N?
C-A-U-T-A, probably like Coffin.
Coffin?
Yeah.
So he's playing at Manchester Music Hall if you want to go check him out. Reverend Peyton and his big darn band We'll be at Headliners Music Festival Friday, and then be at Tall Sound Festival on May 28th. So put that down. So you can go catch him on the 12th, or you can catch them at Tall Sound on the 28th. And that Tall Sound Festival is there off Southland. So if you rearrange Southland Drive or just Southland, you get Tall Sound out of it.
Okay.
And so that's where they came up with that, right? Yeah. Which is a great little festival that's down there.
So I guess Tall is spelled T-A-H-L?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's an H in Southland, and there's not in what you would typically think Tall Sound would be spelled. So.
But English, we beat up other languages and take other things from them, and then we just mash them together to make...
Good for us.
Right. Go English. Heartless, I don't know if I could say their names. I think I always come up with that. Can I say that?
Oh, yeah.
No?
Heartless B words, but it's not the B word you think.
Yeah. Not the dog one, the other one.
Yeah.
The illegitimate sons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The heartless illegitimate sons. There you
go. Which is funny because this band is all like peace, love. Like it's a nice band. I've enjoyed this band for a long time. They're out of Ohio. But they are coming to Lexington on May 19th, and so that's next week, which I will gladly preview. But look up the name for them.
Okay.
In the meantime, we are previewing a Boston band that's coming to play at Headliners.
Gnarly.
Was it Headliners? Where is it? Of course, I had to move away from it.
Hackensack.
Hackensack.
The name of the band, Hackensack. No, Hackensack's the song.
Right.
The band is Ward Hayden and the Outliers.
Yes, which they were formerly Girls, Guns, and Glory, which I can see where some of that might be troublesome nowadays. And so they changed their name to Ward Hayden and the Outliers. Let me see, view artist.
I assume Ward Hayden is the front man then.
Yes, and they're coming out of Boston. Let me make sure where they are playing. I don't want Cleveland. Who goes to Cleveland?
Well, not us. Hopefully there's a show
closer than
Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, here we go. They're at Southgate. That's it, in Newport, Kentucky. At the Revival Room at Southgate House Revival. Cool. If you've never been there, that's that they converted a church to a bar. Which
that's nice.
Where like the organ used to be is a nice bar, but it's all like set up for sound and lights, and the stage is real nice, and they still have the stained glass windows and stuff. So it's a real pretty venue, and it sounds good too. That's the thing.
They have the church acoustics.
Oh yeah, and like some church acoustics, especially those old ones like that, they have really good like reverb and stuff just naturally built in. But they do have sound panels up as well because I'm a nerd. I notice these things. And so it does sound really good there. They do a great job, but go check them out. They're coming all the way from Boston. And
Ward Hayden and the Outliers.
Yeah.
And we'll play them Hackensack's the song. That'll be our Kentucky Music Preview Spotlight.
Yeah, and it reminds me of like a Dwight Yoakam.
A little Dwight Yoakam action this morning, okay?
Yeah. The guy singing, I don't know how to describe it. Like in my head on the way over, I was like, is it kind of like, I want to say it's like a puberty like voice where it's like, right? You get that?
Your voice is cracking a little bit?
No, it's like a hiccup almost. Like, like Dwight's like, maybe someday I'll be strong.
You got the voice cracking.
And so does this guy. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Don't you?
Right, and so like just listen to this guy. Like the first song I listened to by him, I was like, wow, that's like it's a little much. Like I don't know if he exaggerates it or not, but it was just a little much in that one. But this one's not as bad. But this one has some good lines in it because it's about like a guy thinking about like the girl he dated in high school. Like if you want to come back and play Hackensack. Right?
All right, Hackensack. It's going to be coming up.
All right.
Right after this.
Hey, it's me again. That's right. I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty.
Unlimited wash memberships are the best way to take care of your car. Save money and wash for as little as $1 a day at Car Express Wash. Free vacuums with every paid visit. Undercarriage blasters are available on all washes, family plans, fleet accounts, veterans and first responder discounts. Ask about their discount and loyalty cards. Car Express Wash, Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty. Car Express Wash.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this just say Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Okay. All right. It's 9:26 in the morning, Dusty. It's Ward Hayden and the Outliers. Hackensack is the name of the song.
Yeah, that wasn't that song. But this song is called Hackensack. Are you good I would call it hacky sack.
Yeah. Is this what the song's about, the Hackensack?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to be okay at it.
Yeah.
Good late 90s, early 2000s trend.
Right.
Kicking around the hacky sack at school lunch.
Yeah, or during like a break.
Yeah.
Right?
Here it is.
Check it out.
We sat together in period 1, Fridays at 8:15. I see your face in the strangest places, movies and magazines. Oh, I saw you talking to Christopher Walken on my TV screen. I'll wait for you as long as I need to. If you ever get back to Hackensack, I'll be here for you.
There you go. Ward Hayden and the Outliers. Yeah, he's got some Dwight Yoakam-esque sounds to his voice.
Right? Isn't that wild, though? It's like he's from Boston, but yet he has that Dwight sound.
Yeah.
And but it's like that. You call it a hiccup? Like, what do you like?
I don't know.
Like, what is that, like, style, right?
I don't know what the Dwight Yoakam style is.
Well, I know that he got that from like, what is that, California, right? The
Bakersfield sound?
Bakersfield sound, yeah. But is that just like, is that the style of music, or is that the voice is the Bakersfield
I always
sound?
thought the Bakersfield sound was a style of music.
Right, that's what I thought. So maybe it's just like that
Maybe
style
it just
of voice.
sounds like that.
Maybe it just sounds
I wonder if he even knows who Dwight Yoakam is.
That's what I'm wondering too, right?
Like, if you were to
He
go up to
has
him and say, you sound a lot like Dwight Yoakam, would he say,
has to.
I don't know who that is?
If he comes to Kentucky or anywhere around it, he has to know what Dwight Yoakam,
Yeah.
right? Like if he doesn't do what is that song? Fast as You, right?
Mhm.
A good cover of that.
Guitars and
Maybe
Cadillacs.
someday I'll be strong.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Okay, it's not that. You sound like you're just sad and driving somewhere. You're just crying as you're going along. That would be bad. What's that song he sings about? Because he used to date someone like Smoking Hot, right?
Yeah, they were married. Him and Julia Roberts, right? Were married for a very. Wasn't it Julia
No,
Roberts?
I think he was. No, it was. Oh, was it the girl from Charmed? Shannon Mc something?
Shannon Doherty?
Shannon Doherty? No.
I don't know. We're going to look it up right now, though. This is why I have the internet.
Yeah, if only there was a way. Also, Brooks and Dunn is coming Thursday, May 11th. If you want to go check them out. And I saw John Michael Montgomery's playing at some point. Yes! He's playing Friday, May 12th at the Dant Crossing Amphitheater. I called it the Damp. I don't know if that counts.
Sharon Stone.
That's what it is.
Married to Sharon Stone in 1992. He's married to Emily Joyce now.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
But he made a song where he's like he doesn't miss her, like I ain't that lonely yet. That's the song.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just like that's a great line where he's just like talking about how he misses her, but you know what? I ain't that lonely yet.
I don't miss you that much.
I don't miss you that much. But John Michael Montgomery's touring again, so that's good for local here in Danville. If you want to go check him out, he's at the theater, the amphitheater at Dant Crossing, which I heard is a great place to see music. What's your favorite John Michael Montgomery song?
Probably Grundy County Auction Incident.
Grundy County Auction's good. What's the? Doesn't he have?
I Swears.
I Swear, but wasn't okay? That's did he cover that from Boyz II Men? Or
I thought John Michael Montgomery had the original version.
Does he have the original, and then Boyz II Men did it?
I didn't know Boyz II Men did one of it.
Yeah, you don't know that one? You got to look that up.
I mean, the only I Swear I know is John Michael Montgomery.
It's the same song. It's
I mean, if they covered it, then yeah. But because I know John Michael Montgomery is the one doing it, I'm going to say he did it first.
I don't know. I think he might have gotten it from Boyz II Men. I don't know.
Here's a little Dwight Yoakam for you.
Yeah.
This is what I say, 1,000 miles from nowhere.
That's a
Listen,
great song,
right here.
too. Oh, yeah. It sounds just like it.
Thank you. All right, Dusty, you got one more minute. What else you got?
Let's see. Life's a Dance is John Michael Montgomery. That's a good one. I like to play that at weddings as well because it's, dancing.
Yeah.
But no, let's see. What else is coming? This Friday, you can go see at Gypsy Run Brewery. We have nobody down. That's odd. I hope they find somebody.
Open mic night.
No, I think that's usually like the last Thursdays.
If you don't have anybody down, I think open mic night's the way to go then, Dusty.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think that's probably a good way to do it.
I Can Love You Like That to John Michael Montgomery song.
I Can Love You Like That.
Be My Baby Tonight's one. Rope the Moon.
Ooh, Be My Baby.
Yeah.
Could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you want to
be my baby tonight? And I love the way you love me, too.
Okay,
all right, it's 9:32. Dusty, appreciate you being on.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep, it's a Stiff Funeral Home Tuesday. We're talking with either Ann Yeager or Mary Stith Hamlin. They're coming on here in about 3 minutes right here on the Joe Show. It's going to be Ann Yeager because she's walking through the door now.
Kentucky. This is Jesse Johnson, Senior Vice President of Whitaker Bank's newest branch, located in downtown Danville at 218 West Main Street. Whatever your banking needs, Whitaker Bank is here to help. Give us a call at 859-236-9822 to discuss your options and let us put our experience in customer service to work. We look forward to speaking with you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With Ben Garant from A Gathering Place. And Ben, we are ready to eat some pancakes. Tell us what's going on.
Saturday, June 3rd at 8 a.m., we're going to have a fundraiser for our Meals on Wheels program at the new fire station on Main Street right before the Brass Band Parade. Tickets are available. You can get them online at pancakesformeals.com. One ticket's $8, tickets for two, $15, and a family of up to four can eat for only $22.
It's Saturday, June 3rd, 8 o'clock in the morning at the brand new Central Fire Station in downtown Danville for the Great American Pancake Breakfast.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Danville Police Department just finished up a successful rape aggressor defense course in April, and now they'll offer another one in June. The RAD classes, as they're called, are designed for women only, ages 13 and older. There are 4 classes each that are 3 hours long. It is required to attend all 4 classes. They'll be on June 6th, June 8th, June 13th, and 15th from 5:30 until 8:30 at the Danville City Police Department Training Room. If you're interested, contact the Danville Police Department and talk with Lisa Dollins. Speaking of Danville Police, they're reminding people to lock their car doors. Late last week, Danville Police Department got multiple calls about thefts from vehicles that had occurred in the North 3rd Street and Old Shakertown Road areas. They're again reminding people of what's called the 9 p.m. routine. Remove your valuables from your car, lock your car doors, close the garage door, close and lock all exterior doors, and turn on your exterior lights. It's hard to believe, but the Great American Brass Band Festival is less than a month away. The festival starts Thursday, June 1st, but really kicks off with a day full of events on Saturday, June 3rd, and then Sunday, June 4th. You can see a whole rundown of the schedule at gabbf.org. The city of Danville is continuing their bulk trash pickup days. It goes through Friday on your regular scheduled trash pickup day this week. Examples of items that they'll take include common household items that are too large to fit in your trash container, home appliances, electronics, and brush. They do not take oversized items like pool tables, pianos, and also no tires. You can set out up to 5 items per home as long as the items don't weigh more than 75 pounds. Each street will receive one pass-through. It's this week on your regular scheduled trash pickup day in Danville. Harrodsburg Police will host their 11th annual Dare Fishing Derby a week from Saturday. It's presented by Harrodsburg Police, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, and it's geared toward kids. It's Saturday, May the 20th from 9 until 2 at the Mercer County Fish and Game Farm, which is on White Lane, with free food, drinks, and door prizes. For questions, contact the Harrodsburg Police Department. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Now it's time for great quotes in history. Give me liberty or give me death. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And McDonald's has a new hot and spicy McChicken and strawberry shortcake McFlurry. Now that's my type of quote. The brand new hot and spicy McChicken. Follow that up with a cool relief of the strawberry shortcake McFlurry. Brand new McFlurry flavor with strawberry flavored clusters and crispy buttery shortbread cookies. The new hot and spicy McChicken and the strawberry shortcake McFlurry at McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg.
Don't miss out on the best deal of the year at Suntan City. Get unlimited spray tans for a year for just $34 a month when paid in full.
A Suntan City spray tan pairs perfectly with any occasion. Whether you want to be the life of the party or you just want to look and feel your best, a flawless spray tan keeps you radiant and glowing all year long.
Get unlimited spray tans for a year for just $34 a month when paid in full. Visit a salon today.
Let yourself shine at Suntan City.
Paid for by Kelly Craft for governor.
Do you know why President Trump was so effective in office? He was a businessman, not a politician, a man of action who got things done. Here in Kentucky, we have big challenges ahead and need an outsider to solve them. A leader who isn't owned by the establishment to fix our schools, boost our economy, and secure our streets. I'm Kelly Craft, a conservative leader ready to shake up Frankfort.
Kelly Craft, proven conservative leadership for Kentucky.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Call them 859-519-6382, and that's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. You get sunshine expected later on today. High of 78, low tonight of 48. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 78, and on Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 82. It's 9:30 in the morning right now, and it is time for... Stiff.
The following is a paid program.
Yes, it is. Thank you for that, Jim, and welcome on to the show.
Good morning.
Ann Yeager. What's up with Ann Yeager?
Dusty's making me laugh because we're opening your window. He closed the window before he left, and I was like, no, turn that back on. Open that back up.
Yeah, the magic window's got a good breeze going through it today, doesn't it?
Y'all, it's amazing. If you're ever in the studio, you have to check this out. I guess it's the air.
It's like the pressure or something in this building.
In this building. It sucks air in. It's like a constant. Somebody opened the door, so it stopped for a second.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's like the building's pressurized. I don't know how, but
it's very entertaining, but it's very nice. So if you see my hair blowing in the wind, if you're on the live stream, it's not. It's the magic window.
The magic window back behind.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, you had me laughing about it.
Well, what's going on with Stiff Funeral Home this week?
We didn't even talk about anything before we went on air. We were busy talking about other things, about churches and things.
Well, you got something going on tomorrow, right? At Junction City First Baptist? So we do.
Tomorrow we're going to be at Junction City First Baptist. So that's a service that we offer, our community education program. So if you're a church, civic group, organization, and we have different community education programs. So I have one about veterans. I have one about insurance. I will come and answer all the questions about veterans benefits for funerals, and military funerals and honors. Or the one I'm doing tomorrow is about insurance and the different types of insurance, the difference between term, whole, and universal, and what you use those for. So it's just part of our community education series. So if your civic group, organization, or church has questions, or of course about funerals, I have a whole list of topics.
Cool.
Yeah. So green burials, that's another one that I will come and talk about and answer all the questions.
So that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to be at Junction City First Baptist at 6:30.
Okay.
And then on the 18th, next week, we have a lunch and learn at Danville Country Club, which is about insurance and pre-planning. So if you'd like to attend that, call the funeral home and talk to Lana, 236-2113. Up until I think Tuesday is our last day for reservations for that, to make sure that we have enough food.
Okay.
And that one's sponsored by Sarah Bryant, and she will be there. She's a lawyer here in town, and she will be there to answer questions about wills, living wills, power of attorneys.
So the one tomorrow does require RSVP too, because those desserts by Sweets by Cindy, right?
Yes, Cindy is sponsoring our. Anything from Cindy's is good.
Yeah.
That's always an amazing thing. So,
what'd you get for the breakfast that one morning? You were wanting breakfast pizza.
We didn't get breakfast pizzas, but we got cinnamon rolls, and she made this yummy casserole, like sausage casserole, and fruit, and it was, everything from Cindy's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that is tomorrow, Community Education Seminar. Your questions answered by Ann Yeager herself.
Gotcha.
And you can RSVP 859-236-2113. 859-236-2113.
And ask for Lana.
And the same way for the May 18th one at the Country Club, which is at 11:30 in the morning, right?
11 or 11:30, I need to look.
And that's like that's a lunch and learn, what you call that one. So that's lunch and learn. What do you call the one tomorrow? Desserts and what?
It's just part of our community education program. We offer it. It costs nothing for your church or your, we'll just come and bring some sweets and answer questions, because my goal is to educate, because when you know more, then you make better decisions. The more you know, the better decisions you make. And so that's always my goal, is to make sure. And I find that a lot of veterans don't realize what their benefits are. That we have a lot of people who served who have no idea about what all their veterans benefits are, that you're entitled to a grave in a national cemetery, and for you and your spouse. And there are lots of things. So, and how much money it saves you. So, or green burials. People don't realize that if you live a more eco-friendly lifestyle, that there are options for that.
Okay.
And I'll discuss all the different, do you believe in ground preservation, or do you believe in carbon footprint? Like what's more important to you? Like, I can talk about all those things. So, and then there's insurance, where I discuss all the different types of insurance. So it really depends on, that's why I say it doesn't cost anything to attend any of these or to put one on. So if you want to put one on at your church or organization, I'm happy to do that for you. It's just part of our community education.
236-2113 is the phone number, 236-2113 for Stiff Funeral Home. 9:45 in the morning, we'll step aside, we'll come back, and we'll ask Ann Yeager some questions from Ask a Funeral Director.
Yay.
Got some good ones coming up next.
Danville's Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Find new roads at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Lease a new 23 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT 4-wheel drive for only $349 a month for 24 months. $54.05 plus tax and fees and first payment due at signing, 10,000 lease miles per year. Stock M23320. Must be a current leasee. Bob Allen Chevrolet on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at boballenmotormall.com.
This is Jimmy from the Parthenon Greek American Eats. Enjoy a glass of wine, beer, or your favorite cocktail with your fresh cooked meal made to order. Have you tried our delicious ribs, fish, steak, or salads? We have the best gyros in the region. Only accept the best. Grecian Delight Gyros. Find us at danvillegreek.com or Facebook. That's at the Parthenon Greek American Eats in Danville in the Greenleaf Shopping Center, where fresh is our best ingredient.
Parthenon Greek American Eats. Dine in or take out. Fresh from our family.
I grew up on my family farm in rural Kentucky, where we have lived and farmed for more than 200 years. My beliefs are rooted in a strong faith, and they never wavered.
Ryan Quarles is a champion for life, which is why he's endorsed by the Kentucky Right to Life, has an A rating from the NRA, and will always back the blue.
If you're ready for a governor that thinks like you because they were raised like you, I'd be honored to have your vote.
Paid for by Ryan Quarles for governor.
Big changes are coming to the HVAC industry.
The minimum efficiency rating of equipment is increasing nationwide.
If your HVAC system is more than 8 years old, or if you would like a quote on upgrading your current system, call ADA Heating and Air.
Upgrading to a new, more efficient system now will save you money immediately on your utility bills and may qualify you for tax credits in 2023.
Call ADA Heating and Air for a free estimate.
ADA is on the way.
Hi, Cliff Ed Irvin again. The youth are indeed our future. We are proud to support our young people in sports, school, church, and other activities. Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers, we understand the importance of a home buying or selling decision. We greatly appreciate and support those who make this community our home as well. No one sells it better. Irvin Group, supporting the Golden Lions in your community for over 50 years.
The Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
At Linex of Danville, we offer an undercoating that protects your vehicle against road salt and gravel, which helps prevent rust, prolong the life of your vehicle. Along with the rust inhibitor, gives your vehicle total rust protection. Call for a free quote at 859-209-4033 or stop in and see us at 935 Stanford Road in Danville.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
9:47 in the morning, and Jaeger McCroskey's in studio drinking coffee from the hub, holding it in her Zarf, which we found out.
These are the conversations we have off of.
The Zarf, if you go to get coffee, the Zarf is the cardboard sleeve that goes around the cup so that you can hold the cup of coffee without burning your hands, though sometimes the coffee's so hard, the Zarf doesn't work all that well either.
So this isn't a new thing, and that's what we were just discussing, is that back in the day, before you were alive, I only know this, well, I remember them from the funeral home, but some of the banks had them too, and maybe some of the drugstores. They had these little plastic things, and I think they put a paper cup in them.
And you held it by the plastic thing?
And you held it by the plastic thing so you didn't burn your hand, and that's what you drank your coffee out of.
Oh, okay.
And then you threw away the inside. Maybe it was styrofoam. I don't remember what the inside thing was. And then the plastic thing stayed there. We still have a couple at the funeral home. That's how I know what they are. And I played with them as a child.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing them
we
other
need to bring
places.
those back because Zarfs to me don't work all that well.
I know. That's what it occurred to me is, I wonder how well that would, because it was like a hard plastic and you just left it there, but people had their names on them. And
yeah. We need to campaign for thicker
Anybody
Zarfs.
else? Does anyone else remember the plastic cups that had the disposable inside?
I mean, I
we
can
had them at the
envision-
funeral home.
I can envision what you're talking about.
I'm gonna see if I can
it makes
find one.
sense.
If I can find one, I'll put a picture of it on Facebook.
All right.
I'll send it to you, Joe.
Ask a funeral director.
Oh, no.
Did your funeral home ever serve coffee cups inside of plastic? No, it's not the one. Here we go. This says, I took on an apprentice job for embalming and removals to start on May the 15th. So next Monday. I toured the facility as part of my interview. I was able to see an embalming happening, bodies waiting on cremation, the refrigerator storage, all of that. Over the last couple of days, I haven't been able to get those sights out of my head. This is the first time I'm seeing dead bodies outside of a funeral in my life. How do I prepare for this on a daily basis? How do you leave work at work? Any tips or tricks for a newbie dealing with the dead? Person says, I thought I'd be okay with seeing and working with them as I've been around hunters most of my life and help with butchering and skinning animals. I know that's a lot different, but trying to make the point that usually blood and guts and stuff doesn't gross me out.
So, number one, I don't think of them as bodies. They're people. So, that's the first thing, is that I feel like when you dehumanize it and they just become bodies, then that's weird for me. It's easy to take care of someone, for me. It's very easy to care for someone. If it were just a body, a nameless, then I don't know what that would be like. So, but that's how you have to think of it. And that's why I say it's easy for me, because that's how I grew up. I don't know any other way of being. And so I get asked that question a lot, is, doesn't it bother you to be around dead bodies? And I'm like, no, they're all somebody's somebody. Mm-hmm. They're all somebody's someone. It's someone's mom or someone's dad. And 3/4 of them, half of them, I've known my whole life. Yeah. So it's very easy for me to care for them, because how would I want my mom taken care of? That's how I care for them. So no, it's easy. It's easy to love on people even after they've died. I'm the queen of moisturizer. I love to make sure people's faces have lots of moisture. It's just a little thing. It's a weird thing I do. I keep moisturizer on their face and on their hands to make sure that it's one of the things that I can do to love on them. So, but if you don't look at it that way, I don't know how that would. Yeah. And I think that's part of the problem. If you haven't been taught and you haven't learned and you don't have that appreciation and that love, then I don't think this job is for you.
I think. Are you positive reason 2407 on Reddit? Because this comment sounds like something you'd write here.
What?
A response back to it.
Oh, I've never responded.
Positive reason 2407, a.k.a. the fake Ann Yeager. This sounds like something Ann Yeager would say, though. This is responding to that person. Where this person says, quote, you should think of it as restoring someone's dignity and honor after they've been struggling in a hospital bed, or allowing a family to say goodbye after a tragic event. But if you're still questioning after a few weeks, like 2 or 3, maybe consider resigning and allowing someone who really wants to embalm the opportunity at the apprenticeship. There's no need to wait for your numbers and go through the process if you're questioning it this much. It's a hard truth, but it's the truth. This is a calling for us. It's not for you. There's no shame in admitting that to yourself. Life's too short to not enjoy your job. I wish you all the best in whatever you decide. A.k.a. Ann Yeager.
But that is true. That is how I look at it. And if you don't, then this job isn't for you. Or if you just look at it as another body, then this job isn't. I'm sure in bigger cities it's more like that, but not here. Mm-hmm. That's not how it is in Danville.
Here's an interesting question. This one comes from someone who lives in Indiana. It says, my dad passed away recently in a different state in Florida than where we live in Indiana. And he was cremated there by a funeral home and then shipped home to us in Indiana. Mm-hmm. The packing slip, box, and container have my dad's name on them, but there's a certificate of cremation that has someone else's name on it. I can't find this person's obituary on the funeral home's website like my father's, but when I search the name, it comes up under some budget cremation company in Florida. What do I do? Are these really my dad's cremains? How does the funeral home guarantee me this is the wrong certificate with the correct cremains and not just a lie?
Well, so now you know why I don't do. So there are big differences between a full-service funeral home like mine and a discount cremation service. I have no idea. Well, I do know how the discount cremation services work. It is a number. So you fill everything out online. You do everything online. It's just very different from what I do. I am a full service. So when I take a person into my care, first thing we do, either at the hospital or as soon as we pull back into the funeral home, literally as we're taking the person out of the back of our hearse, we immediately put a band. It goes on their right leg, on their right ankle with their name on it. And sometimes their date of death, if we have like multiple Smiths, or if we have, then we put their first and last name and their date of death. So, because sometimes we have people with the same last name. Some names in Danville are kind of common. So, more information is better than less. So, that is how I always make sure I have, and That's where it's different here because I know everybody for the most part. I also see their pictures and talk to their family. We also encourage all of our families to see people, to see their loved ones in the funeral home. Now, not everybody does, but that's how. And so we have a tracking system within our funeral home of that's how we make sure that the person who we cremate is the right person. Now, in larger organizations, I mean, I can see where that, if you don't take some of those steps, and if it's more of a processing type of, then my guess, if it's got the other cremation authorization or cremation certificate on it,
it's the other person's
you got the wrong ashes.
Yeah.
Now, we also, so one of us literally takes each one of our people into our retort area, our crematory area, and sometimes we even help put the box into the retort. And they all, everybody has a little metal disc that goes inside the retort with them. That number corresponds at my crematory to that person.
Okay.
So even if you found a set of ashes, so this happened to a friend of mine. He called me. He said, I found 2 sets of ashes in the closet at my parents' house. Now, he said, I'm guessing one's a great aunt and one's a grandmother. He said, but there's nothing on the box. Somebody in the family had taken the names off the boxes for whatever reason. On the box from my funeral home, there would have been a name on the outside. And you could see where something had been pulled off. I said, well, bring them to me. Let me look. Because I had taken care of one of them. So I knew that I could figure out, as long as the disc was still there, they hadn't taken that off, then I could figure out which one was which. Sure enough, I looked through the ashes. At that point, we used to drop the disc down in the ashes. Now we affix it to the outside of the bag. The ashes are in. And sure enough, there was a disc, and I said, this is my crematory. These ashes were taken care of by me. So this is so-and-so. So I could tell him without a shadow of a doubt. The other ashes had nothing. Luckily, he knew that only one of the person in his family had been cremated, that his parents would have their ashes. That's how we figured out who they were. But that's also why that's so important, because if they ended up, and so if I put someone in an urn and seal it up, I put the disc on the inside, or I always put labels on the inside of the urn or on the bottom of the urn, so that if someone found an urn, they would know who someone is, because that's also one of those very strange things, to find an urn and not know who that person is.
Yeah.
So I'm a big proponent of, we label everything. If you bring in anything to my funeral home, we label everything that walks in the door. We take pictures. We were at a hospital not long ago, and the nurse handed us a personal item of the person who had died. We took it with us back to the funeral home. As soon as we got back to the funeral home, we have, like the bracelets that you get at like the carnival or someplace.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so because you can write on those. So we have those. That way we can wrap them around things, stick them to them. So we had, in fact, his granddaughter was like, he has a bracelet? And I was like, well, that was just to make sure that everybody knew whose item that was. So we put them around clothes, we put them around everything that comes into our funeral home. That way there's never a question as to what belongs to who.
That way there's the labeling aspect. Make sure everything's labeled correctly, yeah. And so for this person, hopefully they're in Indiana.
In Indiana, I would call that crematory and tell them. So.
And again, like he said, she said, how do we know they're not just going to lie to us and say, oh, those are the remains, we just labeled it wrong?
You don't, and that's the hard part, especially. And that funeral home probably owns both of those, the discount and the, and it's just that's the problem with a big city, and that's why we're fortunate to live in Danville.
There you go.
So we're fortunate.
Tomorrow, 6:30, Junction City First Baptist Church, the Community Education Seminar with dessert provided by Sweets by Cindy. To RSVP, call Lana, 859-236-21 13.
Y'all have a good week and love on your people.
There you go. There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Tuesday morning, and I hope I'm going to start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off, and back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices, The Joe Show. AM 1230 and the brand new 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Tuesday afternoon. Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home, but Kentucky Sports Radio is coming up next.